Hello, everyone. I hope you're well. I hope you've had a nice Saturday. And I hope you're ready for more strange antiquities and more petting over Cat Jupiter, who is mischievous but cute, as always. Hello, Redzard. Welcome, welcome. Yes, I'm also excited to see where this game goes. And I saw you've extended your membership, so thank you very much for that. You will remain a cat snack. Hi, Agnieszka. And of course, hello, Bob. Always watching over us, over chat, making sure everyone's behaving. Yeah, let's have a little look-see, because obviously we finished yesterday with the day has just completed in terms of customers, but I did in the day. We have many things in our shop. We have our free books, one about the Antiquities, one about gems, and one about the various symbols that we may find. We've solved the secret of the free pedestals here, so that was our kind of first secret area in the shop. And we still have this closed area. We need to find some sort of key. We have this thing that spins up. We need to find something to put in here, so keep an eye out for this shape. We've got this clock. Obviously, it changes the phases of the moon when we pull this. But also when we pull it while the clock faces out, it changes the time on the clock. So that might be something that we may have to deal with as well. And of course we have this board with thaumic fields. We are still missing one of the pieces to put in here. So yeah, that's something to look for. I assume similarly to the other two, we will gather clues over time to help us with this. Yes, the clock is very sense because it has two functions, and you can change things. And actually, both the sides changed as we pull it, so it's like it's almost assigning times to the different phases of the moon that appear there. We also can take the candles out and do things with them, and of course, pet the cat. So I think yes, time to actually end this day that we left like this yesterday. At camp that night, one of the pair had awoken with pain in his left eye. He was alert to the threat at once, recognizing two things at the same time. One, a part of his mind was not his own, and two, the casket wanted to be opened. Yeah, they've definitely found something they shouldn't have found. Yeah. Time for another puzzle card, but we need to draw it first. I'm not quite sure about this piece of the mechanic, because obviously you can't tell, but there isn't anything like special where you have to do this correctly, or you know, it doesn't happen. It's literally you just have to keep moving the mouse and it will get there. So you know, you feel like you're doing something, but there isn't any kind of skill to it, right? It's just for the funsies. The maiden in the tower points the way. I am buried among the trees. Okay, so again, this is map puzzles, but this time there are two maps when we explore. The maiden in the tower. So we have obviously the city of Undermere as a map, and there are named locations that we can take a look at. But then there's also the Gleeston Castle, and it does have a tower. in it, like multiple kind of tower turrets, things like that. One thing I've noticed is that the north is that direction on this map. Yes, there was the adventurer. We can see bios. There was the adventurer here, right? That he is missing an eye. When, you know, he thinks is all that, but, you know, he was irresponsible and impulsive. So yeah, he might be one of the people, right? Because similarly to Strange Horticulture, you know, the person involved in the story they were all visiting our shop, right? So eventually it all came together. So yes, he is suspicious in this situation. But yes, where are we going with this card? The maiden in the tower points the way. Because yes, there is a compass on this, but that might just be signifying that it's to do with the travel. There is some towers and turrets, but they don't particularly have any like, you know, statues on them or any indications. Because it's just telling us this goes up and this goes up. And it's literally just saying, because it says, I am buried among the trees, and we don't really have any trees on this map. So it might be to do with the actual town. Maiden in the tower. Anything here that could be to do with maiden and tower. There's a farm, there's a Strange Horticulture shop. The barrows, High Green Church, hospital, wood, lock house, boatyards, dockside rock, old jail, museum of history, spoken word, Keystone Manor, Market Square, the Twinnings, Town Hall, Blacksmith's Guild, the Covenant, Undermere Station, the Pit, Mossy Wood, Galfrey's Tower, 22. Here. She points the way. She points the way, and I am buried among the trees. There are trees visible from this tower. Here. I mean, here as well, but I guess depends how far you can see. There's some sort of stone circle on this island as well. Is this compass picture of any actual importance? Or is this just to say that this is to do with travel? I mean, if I was going to go with, well, there is a tower here, and, you know, there are trees, that will probably be these trees, or do we just want to go to the tower and see? I climbed a narrow winding stair to the top of the tower, and I am rewarded with view across the lake Undermere. I am not alone in the tower. Standing in the center of the circular platform is a statue of a young woman, the maiden. Her outstretched arms point due east across the rooftops of Undermere and beyond. Okay, so she is pointing east. And if she's pointing east from the tower, well, is she pointing all the way to Mossy Wood? Like directly east, right? There is no other trees on the way directly east from here but the Mossy Wood. I find what I'm looking for in a small cavity carved into a sturdy oak tree. I look around half expecting to see someone, but there is nobody there. I take my prize and leave, feeling my mood lifted by the smell of damp moss and the gentle rush of wind through the treetops. Yes, actually a two-part puzzle, which they did happen in the first game as well. There was like, oh, you know, do the symbols or go over there. Yeah, so what have we found? An item discovered. Some sort of statue for our collection. Can go here. And it's time for customers. I walked up the back I walked up the back a mile or so in the cold and wet yesterday and found a section with a handful of dead fish floating in it. Belly up and blackened they were. I'm not sure what to make of it, but I don't like it. I'm on our way to Calgar Hall now. I spoke to Dr. Robertson earlier and she said the 2 women they found there are still in the same state as the others, in a trance, and eyes are black. Yep, everyone's getting black eyes. Before I go, Anna Brilliant asked me to drop this off. We've got a letter. When we were kids, we used to explore an abandoned house on the lakefront. We'd take a boat out to the northern tip of Naylor Island and row across from there. You know the one I'm talking about, second from the left in the row of 4. I found myself outside its door 3 days ago and I went inside just for old time's sake. I wish I hadn't. I always had an ominous feel to it. It has taken me the last 3 days to summon the courage to write this letter, but I think it's better you see for yourself what's out there. Okay, so another map puzzle. So she goes to the northern tip of Naylor Island and row across from there. A row of 4 houses and then that's second from the left. Okay, so we just were on the island, right? And then row over from there. Row of 4 houses. Second from the left in the row of 4. Well, I mean, there is 4 houses here. So second from the left would be this one here in this section. I don't know what exactly I was expecting to find. Anna's letter was quite vague after all, but I certainly wasn't prepared for this. In an alcove of the house, peering out through loose mortar and crumbling brick, is a macabre shrine of sorts. The skull of a stag is mounted above the opening, its antlers smeared with dark red substance, and large melted candles pull out onto the wooden floor on either side. Yeah, that's pretty spooky. In the center of the altar, there is a small iron chest, rusted and fused to the floor. It's clear that it has been here for a long time. I do not see any hinge or keyhole or any way of opening it at all. But after a while, I notice an inscription that simply says, I open to the voice. Okay, it opens to the voice, which means, yes, we need to put something in here that we would consider the voice. Well, let's have a look at our list to see if there's anything that's a voice something. Oh yes, we had the voice of Cerderos, right? That was something we done yesterday, and it's the neck thing that he's wearing, which is this. So is this what you would like? The chest opens to reveal a golden totem. I can't imagine who would have stashed it here or why. But it doesn't look like they're coming back for it anytime soon. Well, it's mine now. Finders keepers, it's a kitty! Well then, we can put this kitty next to this kitty and then... Yep. He will still knock it off. Because he is like that. Okay, well, we can archive this letter. This is done. Next customer, please. Lester Crowley. I apologize if this inquisition is an imposition to your disposition. It is not my intention to bring to your attention a matter of contention. I have an inclination to perform an incantation of flirtation. Dude, for your part, Laden Heart of the Turmeric Art. Wow, this guy, yes. Laden Heart is what he wants. You could have just gotten to the point, like, you know. Lead Heart, I assume. The items depicts the god Cerneros in his non-human form. They are heavier than they look due to a core of lead hidden by a more modest exterior. They're said to kindle romantic interest and are sometimes given as wedding gifts. Yeah, so actually, so we were just looking at the voice of Cerneros, right? And here he has kind of a deer appearance with antlers, and it says that it is not his human form, which I think might be the deer. And we have this clay deer, right? It's made of clay, which would make for, you know, it has an outer thing that doesn't appear lead, but if we put it on the scales, it is heavier than a 2-pound weight. So that's one heavy clay figurine. So I think that might be what he's looking for. There we go. Plus, yes. Cerneros has antlers, suggesting that he could be a deer, and yes, weighing the thing reveals it's heavy. And we get some new pages. Yeah, doing well so far. Angus Eaton. Oh, you're not Eli. I'm returning an item he asked me to repair. The mechanism was mangled, but I've replaced all the springs and given it a clean. Good as new. Okay. Speaking of cats. Look who's here. No, you don't want to be here. Want some chin scratches for the camera before you leave? Kitty break. Yes, I need to label my items. Okay. Okay, we've got a new item. Yes, let's get this labeled. Lead heart, that's what it was. Okay. I think that was the one thing. Yeah. Okay. He was talking something about springs and stuff, but like, does this... Yeah, I was like... You can press, and actually, you know what that means? I know what this means. Here, we can make it have the shape that this thing wants and place it in. There we go. Some more items. We've got this weird rattle-looking thing. Another artifact for our collection. And we've got some sort of text on curses and their effects, okay. Getting further into curses. A brief overview by Dr. F. Robertson. Yeah, sorry, I may have had this covered with my camera, so you didn't see me open the thing. Keep forgetting. So yeah, the box got opened, and there's a book about curses. Yeah, I keep open. Keep accidentally clicking right mouse when and that closes everything. Okay, we have a bunch of curses. Blackheart, Abraxas, Breath of Lyra. Anything here about black eyes? Call to the touch. The necrosis of flesh. A feeling of choking, burning from the inside out. Morgan's insanity, a poison of the mind. That's what you get. You get your mind poisoned. Not excite, though suffering from this curse speak of increasingly vivid nightmares. Sapphire curse, blue tints to the eyes. Torment paralysis affects the mouth and tongue so that speech becomes impossible. And that's it. Okay, that's the end of the book. Nothing here about getting black eyes. Okay. Well, that's another secret of the shop solved. Can I put this down? No? Is this gonna be there forever now? Or do I... Can I... Okay. If I close the door, then maybe it will let me. Like, can I take the item out of it? I guess not. Okay. Well, next customer, please. Now that I'm done messing around. Eli's back. It wasn't my intention to leave you unattended for this long, but I'm afraid I'm going to need to rely on you for a little longer. Yeah, I'm running this place now, don't worry. The Order of the Black Veil seemed more concerned by the ravens than the Black Tide Stair that Mr. Hungerford was found in. They said that it would take a very powerful force indeed to upset them like that. Unfortunately, they either weren't able or weren't willing to talk any further on the subject. I was hoping to avoid it, but I must go to Oxford and the Borderline Library. I'll be gone for a few days at least, perhaps longer, but you seem to be handling yourself well here. Yes, I'm getting everything sorted. I do not see eye to eye with the head of collections at the Borderline, but I do know that he takes an interest in horticulture. I will take him as Sidon charm to smooth things over between us. Listen, Eli, I don't know what you've been doing, but it's like, so far you're like, I'm going over there and the person doesn't like me. Maybe you should try, you know, behave a bit better. Yes, I am my own curse. Sidahan charm. Older Sidahan charms are carved out of wood, but the more powerful designs make use of the planetary metals. No two are identical. They are used by horticulturalists to encourage stubborn plants to thrive. They change with the weather, usually quite cold, but warm and tingly to the touch while it's raining. Well, it's raining right now, so I assume they will be warm and tingly. Okay, so more powerful designs make use of planetary metals. And planetary metals are described here. There we go. So copper, gold, iron, lead, quicksilver, silver, or tin. So any kind of metallic things we may find. This thing is made... Oh no, we already know this is the Vestiger. What is this made out of? Bronze. Just bronze. Okay. Is bronze not a planetary metal? I guess it's not because it's not pure, right? Bronze is a mixture of other metals. So it won't be something made out of bronze. We've got... This is made out of gold and has some gemstones. Is it warm to the touch? I don't know. Nothing to remark. This is cool. But it's raining today, so it should be warm. Yeah, warm and tingly while it's raining. This is cold, this bit is warm, but this is not made out of metals. This is like leathery and fingery. This this is warm and vibrating with energy, and it's made out of gold and silver, which are both planetary metals. So actually, yes, this might be, and it would make sense that it's plant related, right? Because it's 2 leaves. Yeah, there we go. Yes, it's made of gold and silvers, plants, and yes, it's warm and vibrates. Okay, so we get that, and we get next customer, the doctor, Francesca. I am at a loss with this patient's. They aren't responding to anything I've tried so far, and I haven't been able to find anything in the literature that fits their symptoms. I am finding that they become violent if they aren't restrained, and they are always trying to leave. If nothing else, Stratnum tea from a restful meter might get a moment of lucidity out of them, but if you've got any ideas, then I'm all ears. Okay, she wants restful meter or witch's finger. What are the options then? Okay, we can put the books down. Leave them open. Let's see. I guess that then means we just have to pop up and down on them. Yes, we have the restful meter. A meter is a thaumaturge's link to the inner mind. A hot tea made from Dratnum plant is drunk from them, taking on the different properties depending on the time of the meter. This particular type can be used to either enter a meditative state and bypass the rush and clatter of consciousness, promoting clarity of thought. Oh, okay. So it's a vessel. But then are all of those just different types or no? Because it has like the 4 handles, right? So we have this one, which has the 4 handles and a pattern, and we have this one, and it has like gems. Dratnum is something I remember that was in Strange Horticulture as well. For something. But yes, on this picture it does not have any decorations. It's just yeah. It's just a cup. I guess this one says restful, but it doesn't say what makes it restful. But then the other option is the witch's finger, which, I mean, I could guess one item that would fit that name in our shop. Witch's finger are said to be the severed digits of the witch of Undermere. They are capable of inflicting intense pain, but the goal is supposedly purification of the body. A most unpleasant experience, but a last resort that the cursed some. But a last resort that has cursed some and finished off others. Okay. Well, so our option is give her a cap to make the people peaceful or restful, you know, enter meditative state and bring them back to consciousness, to clarity, or give her the witch's fingers to purify the body, but potentially side effects. So yeah, that is some choice to make. I'm kind of like, so my previous choices I sort of went with, well, I don't want to be that evil, right? I didn't want to, you know, be doing evil things and being mean to people. But I'm like, I wonder if like this would maybe, you know, help us actually get information out of people. You know, even if it might not be the most pleasant way to deal with them. Because yeah, the caps, like, I assume it's just one of those caps. It's just not, I guess, based on the handle shape. This is the cap. It has a sharp aroma. So what are we thinking? What are we thinking? Should we be nice and just give them the cup and be like, have some tea? We'll be peaceful. Or should she poke them with some fingers? Because I mean, on the surface of it seems like the evil choice. But who knows? Be nice. Okay, it's not time to be evil yet. But yes, based on the cap designs, I think this is the one. It has the handles that go around and that's the shape. Okay, being evil is evil, fine. No, that's not this cap. But it looks like the cap on the picture. Kind of. I guess the handles are uneven. So I guess the even handles might be what we're looking for. Okay. Yeah, it resembles a drinking cup, except for the shape at the bottom of the handles. It has several embedded eye-like gemstones, stones of peace. Okay, that was the other hint. It was like, you know, not pointed out in the book specifically, but I guess if we were paying attention to our gems, that was an extra hint. Fine, I'm being nice. I've not gone evil. And Rebecca Rose, that's the artist, right? I've come to thank you for sharing the wonder of the Ares remnant with me. It has changed my life. I'm still getting to grips with it, but already I'm feeling my way back to painting again. Thank you. Yeah, so she was last time when she came to the shop, because she's going blind, but she wants to paint, and we had a choice, right? We either could give her an item, which was the Ares remnant, that gives her synesthesia, so that she can basically see with her touch, or we could give her an evil item that makes you like see into another world, and that seemed evil, so we were nice, and she just came to thank us. Okay, you're welcome. Nothing bad has happened to her. I assume if we gave her the other item, she would be like, you cursed me. Evil. Evil. Okay, we've got no more exploration to do. I guess label this. We know that's it. And we can end the day. Yes. I've almost forgot, but then I didn't. He knew what he had to do. Without hesitating, he took hold of his diverging hook and used it to cut away the infected part of his mind before it could spread and consume him entirely. Yeah. So it does further sound like maybe the adventurer guy might be it, but yes, he knew he was being affected by this artifact that they found and they shouldn't have been touching. If you know you shouldn't be touching things, why are you touching them? Okay, we've got a tower of some sort. I am closest to the sunset, but furthest from the sunrise. Okay, so you're... it's directions. Okay, so can't confirm that the compass at the bottom of the cards is just signification that this is an explore item. They appear on the cards. It wasn't part of the clue. So I think this might be a castle clue. about the towers in the castle. So I'm close to the sunset and furthest from the sunrise. So you're close to the west and far from the east, right? So it's a tower on the west. And yes, the north is over there, which means west is this side. West is toward the right side of the castle. Which would make it this tower here, if I'm reading those clues correctly. The view from the tower is quite beautiful, but it's what I find inside that catches my attention. In the middle of the room is an unlocked wooden chest, and within that not one, but two smaller wooden chests, along with a cryptic scrap of paper. Okay, something by a Durnic seal, object made from silver, something field. Okay, yes. So we get two chests that we will need to open, I assume. Oh. There is an unpleasant sensation at the back of my skull. Okay, so this says edge. It could be sealed, locked by a Durnic seal. Object made from silver, something at Durnic field. Okay. Huh. Can I put... Oh, okay, I can put them on the table. Alongside this paper. If I want to store them. Yes, Durnic field. So Durnic... it's one of those things, right? Yes, Durnic or Durnic is of the day, and Dotic is of the night. So that's some sort of clue. Something to do with the night. Is there more here to do with like symbols of the night or something? I mean, there's darkness. Thunder. So I think one of them has the thunder on it. Okay. So yeah, this one, it has the thunder on it. Object made from silver. Because this doesn't even like have a lock on it, right? It doesn't appear to have any sort of mechanism or lock. It's just an evil box full of evil. But this one, at least, there is a lock that says thunder on it. Wood with bronze detailing. It's polished. Yeah, there's gems. Those gems have, like, they're something, right? Okay, amethyst is Wixic. Or iolite is Durnic, or Durnic. So dark bluish purple, calming stone of peace and safety, and that would match up with that, right? So if those are the gems, then that makes it the Durnic seal. Object made of silver. I'm not sure, like, we have something that's entirely silver. Like, this is iron. This is also iron. So was this is silver, because that was the night stuff. This is iron as well. Like, was dragging it over it. Does it do anything? No. I wonder if there's a second half of that note somewhere. This is tin. Tarnished silver. Put the bird on it? No? Okay. Well, we'll keep it in mind then. And we'll see if, like, we can find more of this paper or have some more knowledge that can help. Kitty has fallen asleep. But yeah, let's see who else. The doctor's back. As if I didn't have enough on my plate right now, my sister Polly has been acting strange lately. Okay. She never got over the death of our father. She always blamed Mr. Potter for his role in it, and now with all that's happening, she got it in her head that he's behind it somehow. I'm worried she's going to do something stupid. If she comes in here, whatever you do not give her anything dangerous. Yeah, so if woman called Robertson comes here, I want to give her a keepsake to let her know that she still is loved. I've seen people gifting one another wooden totems, but I don't know what they're called. Okay, she wants a wooden totem to remind her that she's loved. There was something like that, right? Last time we gave something to someone about it. The moon heart. That is not the right book because the right book is over here right now. It's called something else. The totem. Selenic totem. That's what it was. There at the top. Yes. Known as moon hearts. Yeah, imbued with feelings such as love and joy. Yes. Okay. So this can remind her that she's loved. Yep, that's it. So, okay, if someone called Robertson comes here and asks for something dangerous, we just have to be like, no, you're not allowed. Your sister said no. Thank you. Unfortunately, I have some bad news to share. Jack Hangerhort has not responded well to the Dratnum tea. If anything, he appears to have sunk deeper into the trance. I daren't try anything else in case I'd make things worse, okay? Maybe we should have let her poke him with the fingers. The tea didn't work. Which, you know, is just like, how could you say the tea didn't work? The tea fixes everything. And Verona Green is here. Those silly souls at Calgarth Hall wouldn't let me in to look around. It seems I've upset the little lord who lives there at some point in the past. Allegedly, I refused to perform an exorcism on his haunted house. He didn't like my suggestion that it might be the local kids playing pranks on him because he's a mean old git. I'm not so easily put off though. Do you have the Tenebrand cloak I could use this evening? I've got some snooping to do. Yeah, she's gonna be snooping. Okay. Tenebrand cloak. Yes. Upon activation, a Tenebrand cloak can create a sphere of enshrouding darkness that will cloak all within its reach. A single stone set in bronze gives power to these totems. Okay. Stone, like a gemstone maybe? Set in bronze. We have this. This is a bronze and a dark green gemstone, and it has two symbols. The green gemstone, stone of earth, or the malachite, it can be stone of sight, which I mean would kind of work with maybe preventing people seeing you, kind of striped stone. And then it has those two symbols. Yeah, just still snooping around. You know, old ladies, they must be snooping. What are those symbols? Because yeah, it's like circle up with 2 lines and triangle down 2 lines. I know I could put both books on the table, but I'm like, that's too many books on the table. Rectangle down. Okay, we have cold and hot. So this thing says hot and cold on the symbols, which I'm not sure how would that link with disappearing. Nothing to remark, nothing to remark. Okay, so I mean, it's a possibility, but what else we have that could be? There is this. What is it? This is also bronze. And it has the variety of weather symbols. Keep misclicking on the book. Can I put it down, please? Yeah. If I open it here. Yeah, so this thing has even more weather symbols. The other one had 2 weather symbols, but this is surrounded by the weather symbols. So that's also an option. And I'm also like, those 2 things are kind of close to each other in what they seem to show, right? They're 2 medallions with a single stone in bronze, and they have weather symbols on them. So that's interesting. Anything else? There's also this hand, which is also bronze and has a turquoise gemstone. Aquamarine, stone of water. Anchor between body and mind. Huh. That's interesting then. Let's just stack the books down here. Yeah, we have different green stones, right? Because we have this green stones, we have those green stones. One is kind of turquoise stone. I assume this is not bronze, right? This is iron. Nothing else here is a single stone. This is the sun bond. We already know this. This is not. Those don't have stones, other than the cat. But this is gold. Okay. So it's between those 3. Huh. Create a sphere of enshrouding darkness. Single stone set in bronze. What do I think about it? I have nothing to remark. It's hard and cold, polished. It's bronze. Like, I got no feelings about them, right? That's kind of what's I'm not getting any extra details from inspecting. Well, I think maybe this is out. I think this is out because of the wood. It has wood in it, and therefore it's not just a single stone set in bronze. It's a single stone with bronze and wood. So then it's between the hand and this circular thing. I almost want to say it's the hand because of the, like, you would think if the weather symbols had anything to do with it, they would mention them. So the hand feels more like it to me. Nope. Well, that's my logic failed. Is it it? No. Okay. Well, now I'm very confused. Because I discarded the other one. I was like, it can't be it because it's got wood. And I don't think it's anything else. I don't see anything else that's a single stone and set in bronze. Which what? Leaves just this? Jamin Pointy one mentions sight. So the symbols on it Full and smooth. Pointy. Did it mention side as in when I inspected it? In the gem book. Okay. Let's see. Which gem was this? Malahite, a portrait, a stone of sight. Yeah, it did. But I was like, I was thinking about it more in terms of it helps you see, but I guess it might have the reverse effect. It also helps you not be seen. Nope, apparently we've gone insane. A deep fear has taken root. I must break the hold it has over me. Okay. What is happening to me? Snakes. Click a segment of the seal and bang the dice to break it. Okay. Okay, so I need one more snake? Is that what you're telling me? Okay, bones are bad. Cat is helping. Okay, I get the snake. Okay, my sanity's been restored. So this has never happened to me in Strange Horticulture, right? I've never had the rising dread go all the way up. Okay, so she's back. She wants the same thing, I assume. Yeah, she wants the cloak because she needs to go snooping now. So we know it's none of those three things. What am I missing then? Create sphere of enshrouding darkness. The darkness is bold, which means there might be something on the item that's linked to darkness. A single stone set in bronze. Huh. Confusion, poison, true strength, protection, foresight, fear. There's nothing here that's like, you know, straight up darkness. Oh no, there it is. Dark, yeah, it's this triangle. Double triangle symbol. Which could be something that, you know, it's present on the object in addition to the other properties. That doesn't feel like it, right? It's not... It's multiple, unless they mean single stone type. But this is gold. In the footnotes, you mean like in the index? Or is there some other footnotes? This is wooden, right? Dark wood. This is gold. Wait, didn't we figure out what this is? Okay, yeah, the index. I think we figured out what this is. This was right, but it's just I didn't label it. Subject. Amphibian heart, antidote, basilisk, black heart, blood, bronze. Bronze is reference, but it just links back to the cloak. Does the Celtic thing have a stone in the middle? We can check in a minute. Danger, darkness, but it just tells us that the words are mentioned on those different descriptions. No, it is bronze. The whole thing is bronze, and I guess it's just painted over to make it appear green. Okay. Well, now I'm gonna be taking anything that says bronze on it. We know what this is. It is bronze, but it doesn't have a stone. This is gold. This is gold. This is stone. This is bronze, but there's no stone on it. We know what those things are, and this is gold and wood, so not bronze. This is gold, this is wood, this is also wood, this is iron. Yes, we know it's none of those three. This is stone and gold. This is also gold. Wood, and organic material. Spooky hand. This is gold. This is wood. Porcelain. We know. I think I didn't label certain things because I forgot. Again, this is bronze, but like, what? Does it have secret stones I cannot see? Bronze. Iron, wood. Iron, glass. Am I like missing an object? Tin. Did I lose an artifact somewhere? Am I going crazy? This is the Vestiger. Because those three things are bronze, but they have no stones in them. Secret stones. My heart feels lighter. Raised detailing. Cool and smooth, engraved symbols. Crackling energy. Strong sense of being watched. Which the whole thing was supposed to not be watched. Huh. I'm like, there's nothing on this shelf here. Here's the cups. Here's the plant. Give her a plant instead. Be like, calm down. And like, in this game, it's not possible to not have something. Like, they're not gonna ask you about something that you don't have in the shop, right? There is no, oh, come back later, because I don't have it. So I'm just like, was I supposed to open those boxes by now? She immediately comes asking for something that's in the boxes. Because yeah, I'm just like, I'm not sure what else am I missing. Hint. Yeah, I'm not sure how explicit the hints are in this game, because again, I didn't have to use them in the other game. But yeah, this is gold, right? Oh yeah. Well, I guess we can see a hint. I should consult the gemstone book to see if there's a suitable stone, okay? Yeah, the sun. Stone of containment. One of the cups has a stone, but it's this restful. We already identified this cup as the restful meter, right? The other two, they don't have. This is gold paint and oak wood. Stone of water. A dark stone for dark purposes. I mean, being hidden in darkness is dark purposes, right? So a bloodstone. Calming stone. Earth and nature. Anchor between body and mind. Fourth. I have stone of sight. Stone of fire fury. Stone of protection and enveloping night. So again, a moonstone could be, you know, like it's literally about being hidden by darkness, right? Being hidden by the night. So having a stone like that could be an onyx is stone of night and darkness. There are some who fear it and some are seduced by it. So we do have this, which does have the moonstone. Oh, this is bronze. I was like, oh, this is a stone thing, but it actually has bronze on the top. So actually it might be this then. Yay! Oh, we did it. We did it. Okay. That was tricky. That was tricky. Trickiest so far, and I mean, especially because, yeah, the bronze is the smaller part of this item. Let me just put those back. Now I'm like, I thought we've identified some of those things last time, like this Aries things, for example, and I somehow didn't label it. So we have to look into this, because yes, I'm pretty sure that thing, the black stone, is the Aries remnant, because it has the Aries symbol on it. So I guess I just forget to do this. Yeah, the one with the leaves, yeah, the poppy one. You are right. It was St. John's something, right? Yeah, St. John's anvil with the leaves from the poppy. Okay, that's some extra labels that I've previously forgotten. Yeah, that's the... I guess also this symbol. I remember recognizing the symbol on this for something. What was that symbol for? Wisdom. But yeah, what would have been... what was that item that gave you wisdom? No, don't remember seeing that page. Shimmer, Spirit Eye. No, I guess I have things that are checked off in there. So yeah, it would have to be something that's checked off, right? That's the gold thing. No, that's this one. Wisdom, yes, because it would mention the wisdom in the index. Libula. Yeah. Offer reassurance, I'm of change. Wisdom is not very decorative. So that will be the Libula. Okay. So I think that's all. I think that's all that is here that I remember we used. And it wasn't labeled. Okay. Now, after this intermission of cleaning up my mess, we can talk to Baron Potter. I bumped into Eli at the station yesterday before he left for Oxford. His train was late, so we had a brief chat and he suddenly remembered something he wanted to tell you. Okay, what was it? I told him I'd pass on the message. Okay. In other news, I've got a little something for you if you're interested. It's going to cost you, but it's worth it. A map of the catacombs. Ooh. Very rare. Worth a lot to some in your line of work, I imagine. And all I'm asking for in return is a Valent. Okay, he wants a Valent. And then we can go to the spooky catacombs. There we go. The holes in the Valent are of rough, equal size and spacing. They are used by the adventurers to help them find their way. A curious pulse that can be felt where its power concentrates. Auto label, is that the settings? Auto labeling, automatically label in the identifier side. Okay. That sounds like fair enough as a thing, right? Look, you don't need to see me try to remember to type the names. We've once we've done the job of, we've identified the item, we don't need to go and type it. The game can take care of it for us. That's nice. That's a nice quality of life thing, but I guess they left it off for people who want to still have it like it was in Strange Horticulture, right? Because then you had to label everything yourself. There are holes that are roughly equal in size and spacing. Curious pulse. What kind of... we have those... It has holes. Went to the catacombs in Paris. I haven't been in Paris, so I've not had the chance to... Okay, it has nothing to remark about it. But it says a curious pulse can be felt when its power concentrates. I wonder if it's an explorer thing. Can we put it on a map and then we have some sort of perception? I guess we can't bring items over the exploration thing. Oh my god, so many things on my table now. Just making a mess here. Where did that item go now? It's lost under all my books. Yeah. I was like, can I try it on the map to see if it does anything? No, nothing to remark, nothing to remark. Okay, but I mean, in terms of holes, it seems like a good candidate. Because yeah, I'm not sure I have anything else with holes. I mean, this is an option too. Or this. Where its power concentrates. Do I need to I'm trying to see if I can get a read of the item, right? Nothing to remark about this as well. I mean, again, it's flying. You would think they would mention that. Warm. Nothing to remark. Yeah. Roughly of equal size and spacing. I mean, this thing has more holes because it has the 3 holes on the edges, but it also has the holes here, which are not equal size and spacing. So maybe that means that it's not it. But then that's the item with the holes that are equal size and spacing. Or this. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to work it out and, hints and thinking with me are fine, but if you know the answers, telling me the answers is not fun for everyone. Yeah, okay, that's vertically spaced holes. Okay, what is this note he brought, right? I keep forgetting to mention it. It would be helpful for you to read Dr. Robertson's booklet of curses. You will find it in the cupboard hidden in the counter. Yeah, okay, well, I already found it, so that was not helpful, Eli. Okay, we've got the map of the catacombs. Wow, there are lots of things in the catacombs. There are dates, there are symbols, there are dead beasts. But I assume, similar to the other stuff, like the game it doesn't want us to just be wildly clicking on the things. It's just gonna be like, oh no, you know, why shouldn't have that come here? So we have to receive some clues as to why we would want to go to the catacombs. So for now, we probably want to just speak to customers. Okay, Robert saw Bonnie, so that's the sister. That's the sister of the doctor. I feel like I'm going crazy here. I know who's behind this madness, all these people with the pitch black eyes. But nobody is listening to me. I've seen it happen before. 7 years ago, my father died the same way. Well, since nobody will listen, I'm going to take care of it myself. A Corvin's midnight, please, and I will be on my way. Okay, yeah, so this is the sister, and she said, don't give her anything dangerous, right? So I assume what she's asking for might be dangerous, and we get a second option to give her the grace. But let's check out this Corvin's midnight. A Corvin's midnight, sometimes called an eagle's gift, is an assassin's tool that makes use of the Wixic power. When the warrior Queen Corvin was surrounded and close to defeat, a gift came to her from an unlikely source, with which she turned the tide of battle, and the legend of the Bloody Queen was born. These objects pay homage to the Bloody Queen's gift. Okay. But we're not going to give her that, because the doctor said don't. So we're going to look at Grace, and try to give her that. Worn as a pendant to dispel melancholy. They share the design of a shadow catcher. What is a shadow catcher? Shadow hold. Yeah, so we identified the shadow hold, and it was... where did I have it? Because, yeah, I remember this pattern. It was like a pillar thing. This is the shadow hold, right? So it has the kind of Celtic looking patterns. And the second thing that has a kind of Celtic looking pattern is this, with the loops on the sides and stuff like that. So if we go back to the Grace, yeah, because it basically has no other information, but only the design. So based on that, I think it's this thing, because the patterns are kind of similar on them. This one is just turned. And nothing else has this kind of pattern. Those were the two objects we had at the time and that I thought about. So again, we're trying to do good things. We're trying to keep people from hurting themselves. Yes, this is the Grace. Yes, I can find the sketch, and it does dispel melancholy apparently. Okay, I just went from the shape. Yeah, Spirit Vault. Don't insult me, Thaumaturge. This isn't some depression that can be cured with your little trinkets. Okay, she mad. She saw through me. I will get hold of Corton's might. Sure, but I'm not gonna be responsible for whatever happens to you. Okay, well, she was the last customer for the day. So we can pet our kitty. We can end the day. And have another map puzzle delivered to us. As his mind roiled in confusion, he watched through his remaining good eye as his partner lunged towards the satchel that contained the casket. To his horror, he saw his partner's eyes were black. Okay, so one of them got the curse. And what are we drawing? That looks like a grave to me, so we might be going to the catacombs right away. Yes. So, yeah, that looks like we're looking for a gravestone of that shape. So it's kind of like a dome, but pointy and then cut in, like this thing potentially. Or this actually might be a better shape, right? Because like the sides are longer. This 1688. So that's an option. Yeah, I think like there aren't too many gravestones here that are just kind of plain shaped and then off between the 1755 and then 1688. Because yeah, this is in wrong shape. This is like the sides here are not a match, so I think it's this one. I squeeze through a partially collapsed passageway and emerge in a small chamber. Glinting in the flickering torchlight, I catch sight of a pendant draped across an old gravestone. Now, we're just grave robbing. I mean, last time we went grave robbing as well, right? Because there was a horse's grave. But now we're just like proper grave robbing. Okay, we've got this sort of pendant. I guess put it here with the other mysterious pendants. Kind of like maybe move some plants to the edges. As much as I love plants, I want to be able to see my artifacts a bit closer. Okay, and we can go to our customers for the day. Constance Bader. My awakening ceremony takes place at the convent tomorrow. I will need a talon. Amphibian talon. What is that? The League of the Amphibian Heart uses these items as part of its grim initiation rite. They guard their secrets closely, but it's said that they worship the ancient nameless gods, communing with them via the broken path. Acolytes must press the tip of a talon hard against their cheekbone to the point of drawing blood. They perform this act nightly for 49 days, seven sevens, after which the scar will forever mark them. Okay, so something that will leave kind of two semi-circular, like an arch impressions of on your face. Broken path. Okay, it's only referenced here, and some nameless gods only referenced here. Like it doesn't take us anywhere, and it's also only referenced here. Okay, but yes, so it's something that's kind of sharp and kind of two close, rounded things that would leave those kind of marks on them. What do we have that's unidentified and would do such a thing? We also had this identified because that was the ghost blood thing. So yes, I was doing poorly with the labels yesterday. And, you know, we are selling, you know, reused antiquities as well. So sometimes when it says it would draw blood, then that might be a thing as well. I mean, I'm back to this thing, right? This has rounded edges, and but not close enough. Like this is in line. Yeah, the tip. It has a tip as well. Of some sort. This has tips, but they're not like rounded. Those were the witch's fingers, right? Even though we haven't identified them. You have a guess, okay. Yeah, I haven't labeled that. Clearly yesterday I was just like dying. I'm kind of like, am I tripping myself up here by thinking it has two rounded edges, but actually it's just one rounded edge and they just press it at different places? Like, you know, this is two separate incidents of them cutting themselves, since they do it for 49 days. Or, you know, do they specifically always press them in the same place, and therefore it is like a thing that has double shape. What else we have that's unlabeled? I mean, that's sharp, but that's not, it wouldn't be rounded marks. That's all like proper stab. We have this new thing, but that also doesn't seem like this is flimsy, right? Those things are hanging down. There's like little hand things, but you know, this has multiple fingers. You would probably get more than 2 marks. Like this looks like it would catch you. But again, that would leave a single mark. That would imply that they would just be cutting in different places every time. No, this is like wooden. I have to say, like, compared to horticulture, they made this quite a lot more complex in terms of finding out what we're looking for. Like, the other stuff felt more straightforward. I mean, this has like 3 edges. Like, it's again, I'm not seeing something. Like, obviously, a bunch of those things are identified, right? So all of this, we've used this before. And also, I would like to point out that our cat isn't here. Like, where did the cat go? He's off exploring somewhere. Without us. Yes, we haven't labeled the bat, but we've definitely given it to someone, and we know what it is. Like moving things that are identified and unidentified from side to side, just so I can just get a better look at things that are as yet unknown. So yeah, all of those. I assume they're not gonna be silly at us and be like, oh yes, this item you already identified can also be another item, because that would be mean and unfair. Just ever so slightly. We actually have quite a lot of identified things. Okay, and this goat is also something we've identified. Yeah, the bat's unlabeled, but we've used it before. Okay. I mean, here's the thing. I assumed those were the witch's fingers because, like, oh, witch's fingers, that's probably witch's fingers. But now I'm like, you know, hard and warringly sharp. Talons obviously mean the, you know, sharp nails on, like, birds and stuff like that. And this would like leave to kind of semi circular marks. But they seem a lot softer on the picture, right? They don't seem like the fingers are very pointy as compared to what is on the picture. But then, you know, who knows? Might not be extremely accurate. This is the thing you go put in goat's blood, so that was also a thing. Yeah, nothing hiding around here as well, like I've missed things. Huh. Amphibian Talon. Nameless Gods, Broken Path. Tip of the talon, hard against their cheek point, to the point of drawing blood. Yeah, it does say draw. I'm just kind of looking at the shape and stuff like that. So, but yes, I think of all the things I have unidentified, the thing that is most likely to catch you is the fingers, right? So is it the fingers? Yeah. Okay. The shape of the nail tips match the scarring on the cheek of the person. I wouldn't say they super, like, yes, there's 2 marks, but those seem a lot more sharp. Morgan's Folly. A folly symbol can be revealed to induce a trance-like state in anyone who has cast their eye upon it, making them open to suggestibility. Precautions should be taken against unwittingly looking upon the hidden symbol for too long. Okay. I have my own curse and I have my own occult objects. So that's all interesting. Simone is back. Okay, Simone, you got more clues? Oh, where's Jupiter today? I don't know. I always look forward to coming and saying hello to him. I've been working my way through the journal, but it's heavy going. I keep coming back to this series of sketches. Does this mean anything to you? Could it relate to the plinths? I've already done the plinths. Redzot was right, okay. You've got it way before me. I was there like, oh, but the shape, they're not quite the shape. Just getting hung up on, perfectly matching ridges. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think though this relates to the magical field we're supposed to see, right? Which we should be able to see by placing the object on a phaumic lens, but we haven't got the lens, right? I assume that might be to do with this board. Like this board was like, let's see those things, but it's missing a symbol and therefore we've not been able to use it to that, for that purpose, right? Like putting things here right now doesn't have any effect. Unless there's some other lens thing I have that I've completely ignored its existence, but I don't think so. Like, we just have a normal magnifying glass for magnifying. But yes, this is telling us... It's telling us the fields of the objects, but she said it might have something to do with the plinths, which I solved those 3 plinths already, right? I opened it, unless the plinths have 2 solutions, right? The plinths could be like, oh, you put the objects that were named on the previous paper in the thing, then you get one solution, but if you put the objects that have those fields on, then you get a different solution. So that might be something. But I'm not sure that's usable right now, considering I cannot see the fields. Okay, what was those gold blood situation? Because I had that identified last time. And I didn't write it down either. Yes, or Forge Spire. Okay, so that's also identified here. So it's, but now at least we have identified site and unidentified site, so we know where to look for things until it gets too busy for that. But yes, I guess we'll see if I can get this board working finally and get anything out of it for the fields. For now, more customers. Polly Robertson. I've come back for that Corvin's Might and I'm not taking no for an answer this time. Oh. Okay. Oh, she gave me something. I want Corvin's Might. Either you give it to me or you never see your cat again. She's kidnapped our cat. Take it to the woods behind Calgar. While cat's been kidnapped by mean people. What's Calgaraf? They were talking about it. Calgaraf Hall 25. Here. So the woods behind will be here. That's close enough, says a voice from the shadow. Give me the Corvin's Might and I'll return your cat. I peer into the gloom, but I can't see anyone amongst the trees. I hesitate. I should give her what she wants, but then again, I am a thaumaturge. I don't always have to do what people want. Perhaps there's a better way to find out where Jupiter is. Yeah, so option is give her the Corvin's Might. Go away, piece of paper. Or use a diverging hook. And I think diverging hook was mentioned in that story where the guy used the diverging hook to like cut his brain bit to not be infected, so that's interesting. So what's the diverging hook? A diverging hook is a way to carve thoughts from the mind of another. If done with skill, the third party may have no realization that the thought has ever been there at all. But it is all too easy to leave a mind in disarray. Even when approached with care, the unancoured thoughts are easy to lose track of. They have a single gemstone from each of the thematic branches. Okay, so we can give her what she wants, and she will give us the cat. Or we can do a little bit of lobotomy on her. Just a little bit of brain surgery. Now, normally, I wouldn't be so rash. But she's taken our cat. So, you know, I think brain surgery is the all like... Lady, you messed with the wrong cat. You shouldn't have done this. Okay. But yes, they have a single gemstone from each of the 3 branches. So, which means it will have 3 gemstones that are each different. Well, one of the things that has 3 gemstones is that thing that keeps, you know, popping up. Or that thing. Or that thing. Okay, so options. Options are this, or this. And I guess we have to work on the gemstones to see, because this one has 3, but the 2 of them are the same, right? Black gemstone, orange gemstone. So here we have pale yellow, dark green, black. Then we have a moonstone, orange and black. And here we have turquoise, orange, and pale yellow. Okay. Well, I guess we want a book about gemstones. That was the start of it. And the book about the symbols, right? So there's the celestial, the diurnal, so the day and night, an individual. So yeah, we have the moon and earth, the day and night, and the mind and body. So we know the Selenic stone is the moonstone. There's a stone of water, but water is not part of it. Dark stone, calming, stone of the air, so jade is an option. Body and mind, the anchor between. Yeah, the moonstone. So it has to be a sandstone or a moonstone. We know the sandstone. Fire and fury, stone of strength, stone of night and darkness. So onyx is an option. So onyx for night would cover that branch. So a black stone with like white stripes. A moonstones for the moon and the celestial branch. Or the jade for earth. And then for the individual, I guess they're also linked to the branches here, actually, like at the top. So maybe that's a better thing than just using this description. So yeah, the amber is the day, the amethyst is the wixig, the mind. But then they can repeat as well. Okay, let me bring those items here because like I'm trying to remember all the things and colors and situations. Okay, so this thing, it has a pale yellow orange gemstone. Pale yellow orange is a topaz, which is wixig, stone of strength. And then it has a stripy green, dark green gemstone. It's the malachite, which is mantic, which means it's not this, because that would imply it has two stones from the same branch, because it has a mantic and a wixig stone. Which would mean it's not one for each branch. So I guess that's out. So here we have a moonstone. Right, the pale pink, the orange gemstone, and a black with white stripes, so it could be the onyx, which is the night one. And then an orange stone is, I don't think it's the amber. It might be, but I thought the amber was a bit paler than that. But maybe it is the amber. Which makes it the day. So that would give us day. That would give us Selenic for celestial. So we have the celestial, diurnal, and then the onyx at the bottom for. But that would again give us night. Okay. So here, orange gemstone, that would be amber. Turquoise gemstone and pale yellow. If I'm getting confused by this, it's because that's a lot of information. So, okay, so the amber is of the day, the diurnal. The aquamarine is the celestial of the earth. That's the top one, I think. And then the topaz is wixig. Okay, so this statue, that one, the last one I'm doing, actually has a stone from each of the branches. Yeah? So that should be the diverging hook as described in this book. Yes? Ha! Yes, lots of cross-referencing of things. Yes, it has the... Yes, of course it's the last one. I was just like, I'm losing my mind here. Okay, time for some brain surgery. I focus my attention on the diverging hook, searching the woman's mind hurriedly for any thought relating to Jupiter. It doesn't take long for her to realize that something is wrong. She steps out from the shadows with an enraged look on her face and lunges at me, causing me to slice wildly with the diverging hook. Her feelings of anger flow through the hook into me and scatter. She stumbles forward, confused now, and I try again, this time latching onto the swirling image of Jupiter's face, and I cut once more. I learn instantly that Jupiter is safely stowed aboard the Mary Bell, and I back away uncertainly, feeling a complex mixture of anger and pity at the now placid woman in front of me. Okay, well, we might have messed her up a bit, right? Her sister asked us to be like, yeah, could you, like, you know, not get her into anything dangerous? And we're like, how about brain surgery? That doesn't sound dangerous. Okay, so do we have to go get our cat as well? Right. From the Maribel, or is he gonna come back? The Maribel 23. Over here. The Maribel is an old paddle steamer that hasn't been in working condition for many years. There is nobody aboard, or nobody I can see at least, so I climb over the railing and start peering through grimy windows. As I approach the far side of the boat, I hear a desperate crying coming from behind windowless door. I try the handle and it opens to reveal an unimpressed cat with mismatched eyes. Jupiter! He springs from his prison into my arms. I hold him tight to my chest, and he rubs my chin with the back of his head, purring in delight. Yay! Yeah, she stole our cat. She totally deserved it, honestly. Like, what was she thinking? You can't do that. You can't take someone's cat. That's a recipe for disaster that you're going to regret. So yeah. There we go. We've got our cat back. All is fine. All is well. There he is. Catnap, not forgotten. We've rescued Jupiter. Yeah. Did you have an adventure with the not so nice lady? Was she being mean? Well, now you're back. You can... There, I will let you knock this off as a treat. Yeah? There you go. You're right where you belong. With your cursed toys. Wyatt Collings. I think I've been cursed. 2 weeks ago, I was quietly minding my own business in the Guilty Rab when a stranger came up to me. He handed me a book titled The Changes of Dr. Learmont Before Leaving. Something about it intrigued me enough to take it home with me. Ever since I read the first page, I have been having terrible nightmares, and they're getting worse. I spoke to Dr. Robertson, and she sent me here. Okay. So he is having nightmares. Well, I guess we can look at nightmares in the index. There might be something there about nightmares. So he read a scary book and is having a bad time. Steep vessel. The 6 points of the steep vessel are said to represent the 6 barbaric disciplines. They help people stay awake beyond their natural limits by storing their fatigue. Over time, repeated use become more and more difficult to handle, as what the undreamed nightmares within are beginning to sleep. Okay, but the sleep vessel is about staying awake, right? It doesn't sound like that's what he wants, right? He just wants to be able to sleep without having nightmares, which, again, that's not quite what this does. But that was the only thing referencing nightmares. Maybe something to do with sleep. And yes, I do have a book about... Okay, yeah, because it's only sleep vessel that references sleep, okay. Curses. Who cursed you? There was something about nightmares in here that we read about. Or, you know, I can just poison your mind. Hallucinations. Okay, this. Nautic sight. Those suffering from this curse speak of increasingly vivid nightmares. Okay, so then... Can I check here for... because there's the Nautic various things, but there isn't... Oh yes, there is Nautic sight. Moonstone for the banishment of hope, sphere, and Nautic sight. This tend to take a form of a comforting guardian. I remember talking about it, but I don't think I have identified it, right? I thought this was the Moonstone Guardian at the time, but clearly it is not. And I mean, it isn't ticked either, so I didn't. They tend to take a form of a comforting guardian. Well, I mean, cats, they're comforting, right? It's a gold cat with a moonstone. Obviously, the moonstone is Nautic is of the night. Warm and smooth. But we have nothing to remark about it. But I mean, you know, if you asked for, of all the things here, if you asked me which thing is a comforting guardian, I would say it's the cat. And especially with the moonstone, right? And it specifically says Moonstone Guardian. So is it this cat you're looking for? Yep. It features a moonstone, and yes, cat could be considered comforting guardian, of course. Of course. Cats are the best. Okay, we've cured a curse. We've done it. Okay. Cat is identified now. And more customers. Verona. There's not much that can unsettle me these days, but I found something at Calgarth Hall that I'd rather I hadn't. Okay, what was it? In the cellar, where they found those two poor girls, I came across a bubbling black mess that was oozing from the rock itself. Seems there is sickness in Undermere. It's in the air and the water, and it's spreading. I suppose it falls to me to find out where it's coming from. If it's underground, then underground's where I'll start. See if I can find anything in the catacombs. I realize now that I've been a little careless. I've been getting headaches. I won't go into the catacombs without a sex room. Okay. Yeah, be careful over there. Don't get cursed. And also you should probably talk to the guy that's been adventuring, because he probably knows what's on. Protects against insanity in all its forms. There's items like the mind itself are not well understood. Well, since the start, since very early on, I've been going on about this item, right? Because this item, it has the symbols for, not the gemstones, go away gemstones. It has the symbols for insanity in the middle, and then it's surrounded by protection, right? So if something is going to protect you against insanity, is the item that says protection insanity on it? Yep. Yeah, feature symbols of protection and insanity. There we go. I like when it comes back, right? When you go like, oh yes, I've been looking at this item for a while and I finally know what it is. Because I've been staring at it for so long. Okay, let's move them closer by. There is room now. So I can see them. Okay, this day has ended. Had a bit of time trying to find things. Okay, let's make some more space around so they're not so squished. And actually, I'm kind of midstream now, and I still have 5 more memberships that are free for everyone this month. So let's roll the dice to see who else gets in. Okay. There you go. Some memberships with some cat icons. And of course, catching carps. Because catching carps is good for your soul and protects you from insanity or something like that. So yes, welcome to being a cat snack. And we can end the day. He tried to use the diverging hook on his partner as he had done on himself, but he could find no part of him that had not been taken over by the infection. His partner's hands ripped at the satchel, tearing it open and sending the blood casket tumbling out. Yep, they got cursed, and they... one of them turned. Okay, that's a cross, so probably we're going to the catacombs as well. Below a moon that does not shine, there is no mark upon my shrine. In the dark, but not alone, my neighbor bears a cross of stone. Okay. So again, it is in the catacombs. That's where we're going. Okay, so below a moon that does not shine, so there's a moon symbol, right? Here, a moon symbol that doesn't shine. There is a moon symbol here as well. And here, and here. Okay, there is 4 moons that I can see. Actually, there are moons on this coffin as well, so that's quite a few. I mean, this could also be... you know, the circle in the middle, you could kind of argue maybe it's a half moon, but obviously there's nothing below it, so we're probably only concerned with ones that have other things, because like there's moon here as well, but that's at the lowest level. So yeah, below a moon that does not shine, there is no mark upon my shrine, so we're looking for an unmarked grave. In the dark, but not alone, my neighbor bears a cross of stone. Okay, so it's not a lonely grave. So under this moon, there are a couple together, but they are marked. They have things on them. The one I think I'm looking at is here. There's a moon here, and below... there are those 2 graves, right? And this one is unmarked, and this one has a cross. But the only thing I'm questioning right now is this looks like it's a dividing thing, right? Like, it looks like there's a wall between them. And like this one here is accessed from this side, and this one here is accessed from the cave with the monster. So I'm not sure, you know, how this fits with the in the dark but not alone clue. So I'm just gonna have a look around, right? So it's not those ones. It's not this one because this one's alone. This one's also unmarked, but it's not neighboring cross. Not this. This one's not under a moon. So yeah, I mean, as much as I'm suspicious of this wall, I don't see a better option. Like, this one seems to fit the best. Okay. Yeah, the wall was not a wall. It was but a distraction. I find a blank tombstone without too much trouble, but there is nothing else here. Feeling foolish, I begin to make my way to the surface when I suddenly see it, tucked away in a natural crack in the rock wall. A stone totem, this is what I came for. Okay. Another item for our collection. Can join the shelf. Kitty's asleep, safe and sound. And we can start getting customers. Catherine Walpole. I have traveled a long way searching for an eye of the forest. I have read stories of the drear of old who would hunt in partnership with an eagle, seeing what they see soaring on the wind. Okay. I intend to rekindle this lost custom. Perhaps you know something about it? Yeah, okay, she wants the Eye of Crenulus. I was like, is that gonna be a thing where I have to figure it out what they even want? But no, she tells me what the item is. Known as the Eyes of the Forest, those ancient artifacts enable one to enter the minds of lesser creatures. It is alleged that Cernunnos himself wielded an eye. Eyes of Cernunnos are hard to come by. They are powerful and should not be used carelessly. Yeah, okay, but what they look like. I mean, Cernunnos is the deer guy, right? Because, yeah, that was the item that was the lead heart, was the deer, and that kind of stuff. So anything to do with mines and deer that we could still... we have this tree, but like obviously that would be for forest, not for eyes and deer, but it has like moon and witch's symbol, so I'm not sure that's that. Nothing here that's like deer shaped really. Anything in like gems, because this is not gems, there were stuff to do with sight, right? In the gems. Stone of light, containment, water, calming, air. The fourth eye, a stone of sight. So malachite is a dark green with stripes on it. So there's this one, the green with stripes, yeah, dark green gemstone. I mean, there's this thing, but this is green marble. Yeah, there is a big eye, which might be it. I was maybe going a bit too much like, oh, you know, it wouldn't be that obvious. This is organic. This is a green gemstone. I mean, if it isn't the obvious eye, we do have a big green gemstone wrapped in a tree. So that's another option for it. But I don't know. Like, it feels like a big green eye. Might be it. Nope. The eye was but a distraction. Okay, well, if it's not the big green eye, I think this might be it. Okay. Yes, it was the big green gemstone wrapped in wood. So actually me going in like and being like, let's check which gemstones are to do with sight was the right path, maybe. Although here they side, the giant gemstone, Stone of Nature, hints at the connection to the natural world, so it's not actually the Stone of Sight in it. Oh, apparently there's a sketch of him holding an item that's similar to that. Now I'm curious about him. Because yeah, it's not on this page, right? Okay, I guess the staff is holding here is supposed to resemble the yeah. I mean, clearly this was made to trap us into being like, eyes for seeing. Oh, we've got post. It's not been post for a few days. I was expecting to talk with Verona Green this morning, but she wasn't at home. Well, she's busy. Unusual for her. I hope she's okay. Yeah, they got in a lot more sneaky in this game. If you can spare the time, we'd appreciate your help. There's something unusual in our house. You can't miss us. We're the only detached house on Ruskin. Warmest regards, Mrs. R. Bream. Okay, Ruskin, I assume road. So we will want the town. Ruskin Ransom. Church, fine. Well... Where is Raskin? Oh, okay, Raskin. Okay, only the thatched house on Raskin will be this one. I'm greeted by a tired-looking middle-aged woman who immediately offers me tea. Yes, tea is good. I gratefully accept, enjoying the social ritual before we meander towards the point of my visit. She leads me up the stairs and into the attic. A single small window does little to dispel the gloom, but our eyes slowly adjust. Then we hear the voices. At first I think it's the house creaking in the wind, soft, murmuring groans that seem to come from the walls themselves. But then I start to feel as though a conversation is happening. Too quiet to make any sense of it. Well, I mean, if we use the bat, we can hear, right? With the hearing charm, I suddenly find myself able to pick up every small sound without difficulty. The whisper voices become clearer and my heart beats faster as I hear what they are saying. They are discussing a section of the wall where some of the bricks are loose. Carefully, I pull them away to reveal a small cavity. Inside, to my horror, is a human skull. Its dark eyes staring lifelessly back at me. At the insistence of the voices, I reach inside the cavity and my hand closes around an unusual looking item. I'm sorry, but if the voices in your head are telling you to touch things, do not touch things. Like, not a good idea. Immediately the voices fall silent and my heightened senses are left with the whooshing drumbeat of the blood being pumped around my body. Okay. Are there 8 items in the attic? No. Just the one and a dead body, apparently. Yeah, we got some moon things. This attic has been nerfed. This isn't as good as Blueprint's attic. Greenville Pierce. My father's sword has a space in the hilt where a shimmer would go, but he sold it to buy whiskey a long time ago. For whatever reason, he never did sell the sword itself. I wanted to restore it to its former glory. Okay, you want a shimmer. What is a shimmer? Sounds familiar, like I've seen the page at least. But we haven't identified. These belong to a series of objects that were designated to slot into armor or weaponry. Yep. They induce calm rage in the face of the unimaginable horrors of battle, allowing the bearer to stay one step ahead. The Knight of Thorns famously wore a shimmer on his chestplate, but it didn't save him from being slain in the Battle of Sutherfell of 1356. Okay. Is there anything? Okay, that's the only reference to the Knight of Thorns. An armor worn by the Knight of Thorns. Okay, so are we supposed to take something from him? Like it has gems maybe in it, that item, decorations. They induce calm rage. Okay, so we have a feeling about this item. They were designed to go in armor and weaponry. So, like, it should be something that slots in. Like, is this thing, like, flat-ish, though it has a ring around it, and it gives us no feelings. Maybe this, but it also gives us no feelings. Excuse me. Yeah, we still have this gem thingy or whatever, but it also had no feelings about it. Like, are any of our current items giving us any feelings? Nothing. 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 We have no feelings about those things. This one is a strong sense of being watched. Oh, we know what this is, so it can go away. I mean, this seems too big. Okay, so no feelings from any of those things that we have to identify. Calm rage. I mean, something that would fit into a sword. Like, this thing feels like something that would fit into a hilt of a sword. And it does have, like, gems arranged into a shape. So that might be something to do with that. Because there are a lot of other things that are like, you know, amulets to be worn or like absolutely huge objects that would not like slot anywhere. So I think that might be it. Like, I mean, it's gold and it has gems. But other than that, we get nothing about it. Nope. Okay. No, that was not it. So detailing. I mean, it doesn't remind me of like, because I'm trying to look at this armor being like, what's in here, you know. Oh, I guess maybe the shape of it, like, it isn't actually seen here. Like, that's the armor, but it doesn't have the object, and therefore that would give us, this is the thing it fits into, like the three kind of things, which would then match up with what? This? Because that would then sit in those impressions on that. Right, the top and the two sides, and then the hole in the middle. Yep. That's it. This pendant, yeah, would fit in the slot shown on the sketch, and then topaz and obsidian gemstone hit at calm rage. And the malachite suggests foresight or staying one step ahead. Okay. I mean, the shapes seem to be enough. Papelia. Okay, who's next? Freddie Lamb. I work at the steel mill in Keswick, and I don't think there is one of us that hasn't suffered a nasty burn. Do you have anything that can protect against that sort of thing? A nasty burn? Okay, do we have anything about burns? Not like in the index. Do you mean like burns from hot things, or do you mean like, you know, people are being witty and insulting towards you? Protect from burns. We have burning blood, but that's not quite it, right? Well, our option is to just look at the items that we haven't yet identified and see if that has anything. Aid of recollection, memory, probably not. Mental fog, they cause mental fog. That's that you're gonna just get burned more. Breathe underwater. Nah. Field patterns, item translation of foreign text. Okay, safe to drink liquids. Corvin's Might is the thing she wanted for like assassination. Intense heat, there we go. Made from basilisk scale, a metal known to endure intense heat. This unusual object can permit the burn to withstand fire and flame and remain unharmed. They do not, however, offer protections against the deadly basilisk itself. Basilisk scales are highly prized. Okay. A metal. So it's basilisk scale, but metal? Is there anything about basilisks in here? Not sure why there would be, but I'm just checking. I'm not sure if there's like common knowledge of what basilisk metal are a material. I can't read, apparently. I am terrible. A material known to endure intense heat, okay. Bob is like, you can't read what you're doing. I mean, that still leaves me with what do we have that you know, made from basilisk scales. I have something scaly. This. I guess this is scaly. A brown shard of some kind. Leathery, okay. Yeah, that could be scales then. Because there's nothing else here that's scaly otherwise. And it has like, you know, some sort of gems that may also be related. Not sure, we need to look into them. So it has like an orange gem and then black gems. Yeah, a stone of fire and fury, the obsidian. And then... where's the orange one? I mean, it might be the topaz, just stone of strength. But yeah, that might be it. Ah, there we go. Yes, basilisk scales. So yes, good spotting by Redzot, who's currently not here. So when they return, can celebrate. Okay, solemn meter, that's gonna be one of the other caps. Thanks, my wife will be relieved. I found this down the side of the counter here just now while I was waiting. Okay, he's just like, oh, random things in the shop. Don't know if it's anything important or not. Oh! What we've been waiting for all along. It was just like down the side of the counter, sitting there. It works now. Oh, this is the lens, right? Okay. Okay, open, close. Oh. Oh, so it lets us make the different symbol for the different branches of the what is it called? This, right? Like the branches of the Pneumaric disciplines from those. And then what if we set it, because this note, right, it says like you need an item that's this, and then an item that's this, and then an item that's this. So like actually this is the third thing, which is a Selenic symbol. So then do the items respond to that? Like will it align Because they are making their own pattern underneath, right? When we put them on. So we want this to match. So actually, if we start with this, like if we make the different patterns, we can find out what this is in terms of okay, so this is base triangle, the circle is okay, the circle's here. So now this. Then it's this shape, then the circles up and the small circles in the middle. Okay, so this is that was said, this field, right? So we're looking for one kind of central swirl. Yeah, this. So this is the Nautic pattern. So we're looking for something that has this pattern. Like, I'm not sure if we're supposed to be doing the lenses or just, yeah, put items just on the lens. Because this tells us, like, this has this field. So, for example, if that's for putting things here, that would be matching the first shape. Then we just have to find things with other patterns. So this has the double, which is the diurnic. That's the I guess it makes sense as the niotic. Okay, so this matches pattern 2, right? It's the 3 kind of circles that are offset. So this could be a second item. And the third pattern, we had it, like it was, I guess, because, yeah, we can make the pattern. Like I made it early on. Was the Selenic? Yeah, so we're looking for a Selenic item. Which of those things... This one has a moonstone, but it's not Selenic. No, that's like the 3 things. The is thing, no. Nope. Also no. No, that's the second pattern. That's a different pattern. That's a different pattern. That's a different pattern. Nope. Nope. Just need to find something with this third pattern. There's a lot of the second pattern, but that's not what we're looking for. I mean, this could be it. Oh yes, because it has the moon things, so obviously. Yes, so this things has double solution, and it gives us a new thing, a new item. Gold detailing laid over stone, yeah, warm and smooth. No brain perception on it, but yes, something new for our shop. And I guess that's it. Okay. Move some of the identified stuff to the other side. So our unidentified things have more room. So it's easier for us to work through them. Okay. Well, we had a little adventure. We've dealt with this. The items have transformed back to here. Okay, well, I'm sure this will have more uses, right? Actually, this, something, there was something about the earning sale, but... and a field. So this one has this pattern, which is not diurnic, right? Because diurnic is... it looks like this. It's the two circles next to each other. So this is the item with the diurnic seal, because it has the two circles. They're very faint, but you can kind of see them in the back. So object made from silver that something, you know, has a diurnic field. It's possible how it opens. But I'm not sure we have a lot made from silver. We tried like the bird, so... I don't actually think we have anything new that would even match this description that I haven't just randomly tried, so... We may still need more, like, we may need more about this node to be able to solve this, but yes. Here we are, a new mechanic, I guess, close to what we had in horticulture with that magic lens. Okay. Well, that's new and interesting, but customers are waiting. Audrey Bell, judgment is coming. We worship the warrior not out of love, but because he is powerful. But he demands, because he demands our fear. What use is a god that you are not afraid of? Those of us who have read Holger's teachings have known about the prophecy for a long time, and now the casket will finally be opened. Okay, so they know about the cursed casket. It contains his final lesson for those who will not kneel. It contains his retribution against the sinful. It contains his divine rage. My preparations are underway to celebrate his wrath and prove our devotion. For now, a veiled fan is all I require. Okay, but like, you know about this curse, and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. Huh. Okay, well... What is this veiled fan you speak about? Brightly colored in the light, but it clouds over after a short period of total darkness. They can be used to command attention from individuals or small groups of people. Public speakers sometimes use them as substitute for charisma. Okay. Brightly colored in the light. Well, we have this, which is very bright in the light, right? But if we stick it in the cupboard and close it in the... No, there is no option to send people away. Is that not it? It still seems pretty bright. So I guess not the shiny things. Clouds over. Okay. Well, I mean, we have a bunch of things, so we can just log them in the cupboard and see. Ah, there we go. It's the eye. Because it gets dim in the darkness. Well, so I guess that's what you're looking for. There had to be something with that cupboard, right? It wasn't just a cupboard to be a cupboard. It had to have a function. Yeah. We placed it in the dark, and it was special. Witherance. Okay, you can go over here, be spooky. Well, that's the end of the day. So time to pet our cat. And end the day. The two men fought as the heavens opened and lightning flashed across the night. One man wrestled the casket from the other's grasp and leaped astride his horse, galloping off into the cold, wet darkness. Yep. They dug it up, and now everyone's in trouble. Time to draw things. Okay. Oh, it's a triangle. So those shapes of houses and something in the middle. So I'm gonna go if this happens in Undermere, right? Because that's where we get houses. Like there's a house with a little hall. And then a house in between like 3 other things. So that's something I'm looking for. A house with a little hall. This house has a hall and kind of like stepped thing. So if it was kind of rotated, I guess, to match that edge. So 15. Then this is the house with 3 things around it, right? Because it's this corner, and this corner. So 15 to here. And then this thing here that kind of looks like a key. So, and then like you have to triangle measure. So it would be this corner plot maybe? When I draw back the curtain, I am unable to control my exclamation of horror. Behind the dark red velvet is a silent, squirming, seething mass of eyes, all shiny and wet and alive. Fear takes hold before my mind catches up and I understand what I'm looking at. And when I do, I realize that it's looking right back at me. Eyes are staring at us. The object I am looking for sits on a small shelf below, and the eyes watch as I snatch it and get out of there as fast as I can. Yeah, I don't want to be in the house with eyes. Yeah, he also saw the eyes, so he must scream. He's screaming. Come here on the shelf, you're safe from the eyes. Okay. Time for customers. Sarah Barrington. We think we finally located the wreck of the Orion out in the lake. Sadly, our funding has run out and we can't afford expensive diving equipment. Well, I did have an item that lets you breathe underwater, but we put our heads together and wondered if there was another way. You're our last hope. Yes, we saw a thing in the book that talked about breathing underwater. It was somewhere early on. Not the Ambra. This Ascus. I mean, there was horror in the first game, right? There was eventually it all led to kind of horror-like things. But I guess the horror is a bit more in our face now. Yes, there's more Cultist Red Zod. You didn't see the eyes. There were eyes looking at us from the walls. Yes, an Ascus allows the bearer to breathe underwater. The sensation is said to be the most unusual since it requires one not to breathe, and also there's thunderstorms. Not to breathe at all. Those that use an Ascus for extended periods of time forget to breathe once they are back on dry land and subsequently pass out. The core of the item is cold to the touch, but the ring, sometimes called the halo, stays warm. Okay, so something that is cold inside on the inside and warm on the outside, and it has a core and a ring. So I would suspect round objects, right, like this. Sense of touch. Cold, cool. No, this is all cool. What's this? Is polished and pointy. I mean, warm. Smooth detailing. Okay. Polished, hard, and cool. Okay, so none of my initial suspects. Hard, thin, delicate. Okay. Leathery body, quite unpleasant. Hard and cool. I mean, I don't think it's this. Cool and smooth. Soft. Polished, rough, polished. Raised detailing, smooth. I'm just like going around and touching everything. How do you feel? Pitted. Smooth ribs, yeah. Detailed, weathered. Cool and smooth, surprisingly warm, okay. So we have something with a cool and smooth core, and then a ring that's warm. So I think that's our object. But it doesn't make us forget how to breathe. Yes, it has a ring and it's warm and it's cold. Okay. Next customer. I think I found it, so all good. Rowena Hardwick, I am close, but I need more power. I need St. Cedric's thunder and quickly while the storm's raging. Okay, what are you doing? What do you need this power for? St. Cedric's thunder. Is used to store the power of a single thunderclap. Alchemists have been trying to harness this power for centuries, and there are rumors that some have indeed successfully used it to transmute base metals into gold. They are placed on the tops of mountains to charge them during storms. Gemstones can be used to prevent the charms from waning over time. Okay, so they have gemstones, potentially, and they catch thunder. Gemstones, I mean, purple are for containment. Peace and safety. Anchors. Fire, fury, strength. So that's possible, like it would keep it strong. What we have? Something that would store lightning, potentially has gemstones, right? Because it says gemstones can be used to prevent charge from waning over time. So it's not necessarily have gemstones now, or it can possibly be something like where you could fit gemstones, right? Those items here and here and here, they have holes. Where you could add gemstones if you wanted to, you know, modify your item in some way. Now, if you were going to have something to capture lightning, right, it would have to, I assume, be metal, because you know, that would be something that would attract lightning if you put it on up high anywhere, rather than like things that are not able to conduct electricity so well. So that's something to keep in mind. I'm also like, what, because we have blue gems. Which might be this, which is just an anchor between body and mind, this stuff here. I mean, this thing, it does have gold detailing, but it's stone. So, like, stones are not good candidates for being struck by lightning. I mean, trees, but again, this tree is a bit small. I guess, I mean, I was kind of going for the boxes are something we have to open, but maybe, because yes, that would match with, it has a thunder symbol, it has the purple stones that, you know, contain things, and yeah, I was like, oh, I was keeping this box here thinking that it's something we need to open, but you might be right. You might be... Actually, we don't lose the items after we give them away, right? So, there might actually be still... Yeah. Yeah, good thinking. I've completely discarded the boxes because, I was just like, oh yeah, they're for other business, but no, I should keep them here because, there might be used for something. And we may still be able to open them later. Okay, you can hang out here for no box. That is good thinking. The doctor's back. I've been trying to get hold of an Ambra. Before she vanished, Verona said it might have something to do with my parents. My patience. Oh no, reading not good. It had almost slipped my mind, but then I remembered that there's one right here in Strange Antiquities. Ellie told me himself he keeps it locked behind Ethereal Key. Behind Ethereal Key? Okay. So we're looking for an Ambra. Verona said something about it. Yes, the Ethereal Key. Well, what is an Ambra? These items cause mental fog, a withering of intellect and thought. They are slow to work, requiring several hours to have any effect. Through prolonged use, they can cause the whites of the eyes to turn black and the subject to become deeply disoriented. They produce neurotic field. Okay, so yes, we have to get the fields to check. Get the thing open. Not this book, the other book. So the neurotic field is with this, the small circles at the bottom, the big circles over there. Okay, so it's the double swirly spiral that we're looking for. Now, what kind of... I'm like, what's the Ethereal Key? Keeps it locked behind the Ethereal Key. So I'm like, is it one of the items that's, you know, locked away from us? Is the Ethereal Key something we can look up in our book? No, nothing here about anything like that. Okay, well, I guess first point of thing is gonna be we're gonna put our unidentified items through the field detection and see what field do they have. So not this, not this, not this, not this, not this. Yes, this. Not this. Not this. This is identified. Go away. Not this. Not this. Not this. Not this. Not this. Well, luckily for us, not too many items have this field here right now. Nope. No. Nope. 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 Okay. So, the only item in my unidentified pile is this one. But I get the feeling that it's not gonna be it. Like, I mean, I can of course try it. Yeah, it's not it. Which means none of those items here produce the right field and are the item we're looking for. Which puts me back to, is it in here, right? Because she said, locked behind Ethereal Key. Which means there is something we need to do to gain access. But I haven't found a key. Those are just the arrows to change. Like, we have this still thing with the Dirunic seal. That's about the fields. Ethereal Key. Anything about like ether or anything in here? Not really. I know in horticulture there was a plant that would unlock locks, right? That was a thing. But I'm not sure there is. Oh no, there it is. There's an Ethereal Key. It's an item. Yes, I was like, oh, maybe something in the index, but no, it's just a straight up item. I didn't even see that. It's designed to be hidden from prying eyes. When activated by moving the object in a circular motion, the key is revealed by its gemstone of light. There are rare items and not generally known about outside of formaric circles. Gemstones of the night power the concealment. Okay, gemstones of the night and gemstones of light. So we know like the amber is a sandstone, so that's of light. And then gemstones of night is the onyx. Yeah, night and darkness. So we're looking for like onyx and this. Like, there we go. It's a key. Now we get access. I've broken in. He told me not to open anything. But here I am opening things. Okay. Let's move all of those to our unidentified section. And then we have more things in more room for identified items as well. Since, you know, I am organizing. So you can go here. And yeah, we can make some more. We can make the shelves a bit less crowded now with this space. Okay, better. Back to what we're doing, which is that we need to get now those new items, check their fields. This field is a bit scattered, so it's not it. Okay. That's the correct field. That is not... that's the correct field. Okay, now we're gonna have multiples. This is not... And that's the correct field. Okay, so... I checked this, right? Yes, I did. That's 3 new items that are potential. Now we have some symbols on them. So we can look into that. So this one's paralysis on this ring. And this one's confusion. Okay, so if we're looking for the Ambra, which is supposed to give you mental fog, a confusion sounds like what you want. Yep, there we go. Yes, that was a bunch of steps. So yeah, you can return here as identified. And you two can hang out here as unidentified. Yes, that's definitely a cute but cursed, right? Have it in your house, but you know, be careful with that. And Bonnie Robertson, I know you from somewhere. I don't remember why, but this shop was important somehow. I'm sorry. I know I'm not making much sense. I haven't been myself. I'll leave you be. Listen, lady. It was your choice. Peter Leland. They found some poor soul washed up on the lake shore. An older lady by the sound of it. Drowned. Oh, we can zoom in on the dialogue, but that's not the worst of it. Her eyes were all black, just like those others. I'm not taking any chances with the water around here. I'd like a bones guard. You say you'd like a bones guard. And what is a bones guard? Oh, he's like, I'm not drinking this thing. Yeah, a small item known as a bones guard can be placed in any liquid to render it safe to drink. King Cedric the Meek was well known to be terrified of being poisoned, and so always drank from the same goblet and always placed a bones guard inside. He was stabbed to death in 1203. Okay, so no one poisoned him and then was like, okay, well, just stab the guy. The objects bear the mark of the antidote. Okay. So we want the mark of an antidote, so get in this book. Confusion, death, something, foresight, protection, strength, truth, fortune, hypnosis, insanity, weakness, wisdom. So not here. Blessing, rebirth, spirituality. Is there no... Is antibody somehow an antidote word that I don't understand? Or is that something else? Because like arsenic, of course, is poison, right? And stuff like that. Because yeah, there's nothing here that's like straight up just bear the mark of the antidote. Like, there's life, there's poison, protection. Well, what we have with symbols, even. We have the witch's symbol on this. We have this. What is this? Weakness. I don't think that's that works for the antidote. What else? There's this guy. What do you mean? Well, oh wait, it's poison upside down. So poison upside down. Antidote? So that might be it. Yep. It's poison upside down. Well, you would think they would put that in the book, right? Why they make people guess? I'm afraid I can't pay you, but I can offer a trade if you accept it. Okay, dude, where did you find this? What is this? Okay, it's made out of stone. It's not real. Crisscross grooves. It chills my blood to hold it. Okay. Toad's cursed. It's the end of the day. I mean, I do casually have hands lying around. There you go. That's a hand. Yes, time to end the day. The rider was lucky. He made it to Backbarrow and found refuge there and was nursed back to health. He would later discover his left eye was permanently blackened, like his partner's eyes had been. I mean, it's just the kind of business where, you know, one day you get money, the other day you get severed hands that are totally cursed. Why won't this travel? Okay, there we go. We got stuck in a corner. Okay. We've got a sun and moon symbol. To my left, the day. To my right, the night. Okay, so this might be either in the castle or in the catacombs. Because there's obviously like symbols and stuff like that around. Yeah, because here, well, we have like various symbols from the book, right? So those are options. But there's also like, yes, there we go. A sun and a moon. So yeah, to my left, the day, to my right, the night. And therefore, you're this cross. I find a row of free tombs in the upper levels of the catacombs. The cool darkness is strangely calming at times down here, and I sit for a while in quiet contemplation. When I rouse from my thoughts, I look down at my feet and find an item there. Had it been here there all along? I never noticed it when I sat down. I mean, it's probably magic, so you know. Who knows? Oh, it's a sad little guy. Look how sad he is. Just a poor guy. Being sad. Welcome here on the I was like, what is that sound? But it's the earring jangling on it. When I move it. Okay. Today is a sunny day. Yeah, kitty. So who's here? Our mail is here. I've been hearing a worrying rumor about Verona Green. Oh no! That they're saying she drowned in the lake. No! I hope for all their sakes they're wrong. No, Verona! How's she gonna help us now if she's dead? Her ghost is gonna have to come save us. According to a family legend, an ancestor of mine hid an item of Homeric significance in his burial chamber. It has never been found, but not for lack of trying. I was tempted to search for it myself until I learned that it was in the catacombs in a place known as the Hall of Shields. Perhaps it's better to leave it to those who know what they're doing. Regards, MBM. Okay. So it's in the Halls of Shields, in the catacombs, and there might be something to do with the initials MBM. Okay, let's explore then. Well, I mean, here it is, Hall of Shields, and there's only one grave, right? So I don't think we need to look much further. As I descend further into the catacombs, a strange sensation comes over me. It is not fear, although fear is mixed in with it. With cold clarity, I know at once what it is. I have entered an area known as the depths, a place where few have been and fewer have returned from. Not even Palians can clear the air here and render it safe to breathe, but there is a way. Slate miners inhale the vapors produced by a spirit called a wandering shroud. They say it invigorates their senses and stays the mind rot that would otherwise consume them. It would be dangerous to continue exploring down here without following their lead. Okay, wandering shroud. Well, I guess we look in our book. Potentially in the index, if there's anything about a wandering shroud in here. There we go. Shield charm or spirit vault. We know about the shield charm already. Charms of protection, right? But that's not quite what we have in mind for breeding. So the other reference is the Spirit Vault. Spirit Vault, also known as a fetid chamber, is a receptacle used to store a wandering shroud. The interior is lined with a paste made from sulfur, hence the nickname. They are not considered dangerous since shrouds tend to be benign, but on occasion they do not take kindly to being restrained. A faint vibration of the receptacle can be felt when a shroud is held with it. Well, I mean, so I think from this description, the shroud might be in this jar because it smells like rotten eggs, and rotten eggs smell of sulfur. And yeah, was it vibrating? Nothing to remark. Okay, but it does smell like rotten egg. Yeah, slate miners inhale the vapors produced by a spirit called the Wandering Shroud. So if we say the shroud's in here, that's the item we want? No. Oh, it's not used to me yet. I have written to Baron Potter. He will know where to find one. Okay. So we can't solve this right now. We have to actually go and capture the spirit thing in order to do this quest. Interesting. A card letter that we cannot solve yet. Okay, we will store it for later then and deal with more customers. Hi, Nancy. I've done something quite stupid. I went exploring in Heartwood and came across a grave. Or Heathwood, I came across a grave. It was overgrown with dark brambles, so I started to clear them to get a better look at the inscription. I wasn't as careful as I should have been. The thorns were thick and menacing, and I scratched my arm on one of them. Yep, and now you look cursed. I have not felt well since. Please help me. Okay, so, well, I mean, it might be some form of a curse. Skin is pale and cold to touch, and veins stand out darkly on the body. Yeah, so she's got Blackheart. Yeah, so, and then in our book, we can look up a reference to Blackheart, and we get Lamb's Siphon. Used to reverse the effects of the Blackheart curse. A skilled hand is required to perform the procedure, drawing the curse from the body over the course of several hours. The instrument is made using the dried seed pod of a sheepsnap plant. Yes, sheepsnap was a plant in horticulture as well. Sheepsnap, a plant said to bring good fortune. Okay, so the instrument is made using sheepsnap. And actually, this thing, that might be the sheepsnap, right? Because it's some kind of organic green material, which is what the sheepsnap looked like. And this is like, I don't know, I mean, it's thin and delicate, but yeah, sounds hollow, which was also the sheepsnap. So this might be what they need. Yeah, there you go. Go find someone to uncurse you. Spherical part of the item clearly resembles the seed pod of the sheepsnap plant. Yep. Our plant knowledge from the other game helps as well. Who's next? Thaddeus White. Okay, he's a character. You don't know me, but it's time I introduced myself. I am the curator of the Museum of History here in Undermere. Ellie and I have a complicated relationship. Don't all siblings? I don't tend to come by the shop much anymore, but I heard he had left town for a few days. Yeah, he did. I wanted to bring him this, but I know he'd only turn me away without even looking at it. Okay, what is it? Okay, some item made of 3 different materials. We may need it. How does it feel? It takes great effort to tear my eyes away, okay. We want to stare at it. Well, we should remember that for later. Who else is here today? Simone, got any more clues? Simone, please. Jupiter! Thank goodness you're safe. I was worried about you. I hope my mother is okay too. I've lost count of the amount of gossip I've heard about her misdeeds over the years. Oh yeah, because she's the daughter of Verona, who might be dead. The truth is, when she gets stuck into a mystery, she's been known to disappear for days at a time. In the meantime, I believe I found another clue in the journal. Yes, please, I want clues. The text directly before this is largely illegible, but I was able to make out a reference to a vault of some kind. Okay, let's read. 3 resonant objects, lightest first, heaviest last. Oh. Okay, does that go with the other note? No, that's a very different page. So it's another thing for the pedestals, where we have to have 3 object, lightest first, heaviest last. But then just any, like, isn't anything resonant? Okay, that's for later. Because yeah, I thought all of the objects were resonant, or is this resonance they're talking about something different? Or are some of the objects we have just not... Oh no, there is resonant. Okay. Resonance compass. A resonance compass will point towards nearby resonant objects, the only objects that can be detected this way. Okay, so they're different from having the magic fields. Resonant objects are highly prized boyhood travel churches. Do we have that compass, right? Because we have this. Will point towards nearby resonant objects. Okay, so it points. Is this it? Okay, yes, because like... if we put it here, yeah, it points at it. Okay. So that one, resonant. And over here, something resonant. Is this moon thing resonant? Yep. The compass is, like, the hand of my cursor is covering it a bit, but yes. This one, resonant. What else? And this cursed but cute guy. You're resonant? Yes, you are. Okay. So then we need the scales. Lightest first, heaviest last. We're gonna play a little puzzle of comparing the weights. Okay, so this is lighter than the big rock, and this is so this is probably the heaviest, or the heaviest of them all. And this one is slightly heavier than the cursed guy. So he's the lightest. The lightest first, heaviest last. There we go. Another secret. Ooh, okay. Things to press, and it has a moon. It has a moon. Can we make our moon like this moon? Yeah. Oh, I wonder, because yeah, when we do this moon thing, the clock changes. So do we want to press the buttons that correspond to the clock? And then we press this? Yes! Oh, hi. So this is from the logo for the game, this thing. What are you? It's painted and it's gold. It feels unusual. Not hot exactly, but energetic somehow. I can't tell if that low hum is coming from the item or my own imagination. Okay, super cursed. There's definitely something unusual about this item. I can't quite put my finger on it though. Okay, but what is, like, you know, this field that it was in? What does it do? Or is it just for holding items? Like, will other things? Okay. It's just a containment chamber for magical things. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I do want to check, like, you know, what sort of field does it shows and stuff like that. Are you resonant? It's not resonant. The compass points away. If you can... Yeah, it points at something else here, so it's not resonant. Does it have a field about it? This can go in the archive. It does. It has... Oh, it just has this common dirunic field, so nothing crazy happened. Okay, so still nothing. Oh, but okay. But this is the runic seal, but object made from silver, and this one's made from gold. So it's still nothing to do with those boxes, I think. No. Okay. Well, I guess we just continue with the customers. Black item. Oh, yes. I did not intend to do that. Instead, the resonant compass is identified. And this guy is identified. And this thing is like... How did I make such a mess of my items already? Okay. Yes, clearly I need all my helpers to help me maintain the shop's cleanliness, because I am chaos and mess. Well, the doctor's here, Francesca. I got a fright when they brought the body of that poor drawn woman to me with those lifeless black eyes. Is it Verona though? Someone tell me. I thought for sure it was Verona at first. Okay, it's not Verona. She does look like her, but we're quite certain it's a lady from Hawkshead who went missing a few days ago. Okay, Verona's not dead. There's one thing I can't get out of my head though. Why would she try and swim across the lake? I don't know, crazy? And in the meantime, Verona's still missing. Okay, she still might be dead. I don't like to use phalmic needles as a rule, but the circumstances are beyond the rulebook. We need answers. Yes, we need a needle. Okay. Phalmic needles are controversial items that are rarely used. They can reach into the mind of the recently deceased to give an impression of their thoughts before they died. Curiously, the weight of these tall items decreases when heated. Okay. I mean, yes, we need Verona. Without Verona, we're gonna be dead. Why is there a little cross in the corner of this page? There isn't a cross here. And yet a little cross here. What is that about? I may go looking later. Okay. So tall item that get lighter when heated. So I have this. it's weighty. And then, I don't know, I cook it on some candles. And it got lighter. And then it gets heavier. I guess I can, you know, use some weights to actually weigh it. It's less than 2 pounds. It's more than a pound. Okay, when unheated, it's slightly more, it's slightly less than 2 pounds. But if I cook it a bit more, yeah, okay. Yeah, I was like, I mean, it says tall items, this looks a bit tall, so, yeah, it's a tall item and I can weigh it. Like, I was so confused by it being the first thing I grabbed. I was like, really? It's this? I need to, like, check 3 times because I don't believe it. Okay. Let's put this sad guy here. Audrey Bell. The people are afraid. I mean, you keep saying the angry god is coming. They are right to be, but it's too late for them. They are of no use to us, but you might be. Prove yourself and perhaps Holger will deem your worth saving. Well, this is the join the cult moment, right? I require an object to steady my restless congregation and remind them why I am the one to lead us through this turbulent time. They respect strength and power above all else. Yes. So I can give her Morgan's Folly. Or I can give her 14 nuns. Okay. Well, yeah, I think they are the cult of this game, right? And therefore, I don't want to help them. I want to give her whatever will, like, make her weaker. So the 14 nuns can enhance physical strength or restore strength that has been sapped, whether by ejection or by hex. They are made of stone or iron. I usually take form of a small totems. Okay, no, I don't want to make you stronger. Cult is bad, yeah. So Morgan's Folly. A folly symbol can be revealed to induce a trance-like state in anyone who casts their eye upon it, making them open to suggestibility. Precautions should be taken against unwittingly looking upon the hidden symbol for too long. Okay, so yes, that may make us, but it's like, yeah, I mean, she wants that other item, right? She wants to be made strong, right? They respect strength and power. So this, we can convince her, make her suggestible, to basically not do this, to mess with her. Folly symbol can be revealed. What symbol would that be? Not sure, you know, what's the symbol for... Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm like... Huh. Yeah. Because I'm like, she wants the item that gives her strength. But does giving her the folly mean I'm going to mind control her? Or she's going to mind control people, right? Like, I'm not quite sure which way this is supposed to be going. Because the way the game works, right? The way the game has worked so far has been they ask for one item, and that specific item will, you know, will do what they want, and therefore if you give them this item, you know, that's agreeing with them, and then the other item is for messing with them, generally. But that might not be, you know, that may not be what happens here. Because yes, that is what I'm kind of worried about, right? Where I will give her this thing, and she will then use it in a bad way, instead of me using it to convince her to like help us or do anything. There was a curse, right, to do with Morgan as well. Yeah, it's a poison of the mind. But that would just be like insanity symbol. Which we know already. Yeah, I think it's like if she's asking for strength and we don't give her strength, it's you know, we're saying no, we're not helping you. Which is why I'm, you know, investigating this folly thing. A folly symbol can be revealed in those. Well, I mean, we do have. Oh no, this is not insanity symbol. I thought we had a thing covered in insanity, but it wasn't that. It was something else. It was the paralysis symbol. But it can be revealed. How would you reveal it? It's a hidden symbol. How would you reveal it? Would you rub it somehow or something like that? Because yeah, you know, starting with, I don't know, how would I identify this item? Yes, open to suggestibility. Yeah, it's only referenced here. So yeah, there's weakness. That could be it. And we do have a weakness symbol. So yes, she's asking for strength. If we give her weakness? No. No, that would be too easy. I guess, you know, that's too straightforward when we just be like, have weakness. Totally not gonna notice I didn't give you the right thing. So not that. Not that. What here would have a, like, what is this hidden symbol? Like, can I grab things? Do they have hidden symbols? Well, we know it's not this jar because this jar is for that spirit. Right? That's it. It's probably not the mags because the mags are like specific use for mag purposes. Fear, insanity, paralysis. Like, how would we reveal this hidden symbol within the game's parameters, right? Just cook it with candles. See what happens. Just cooking objects to see what happens. This has weather symbols, so that's probably some sort of weather control. There's jingles. Like I'm like rubbing things to see. Nothing to remark. Oh, yeah, this is the paralysis symbol, so that's not exactly what we're looking for. There's like moon and witches. Anything here that could be hidden. It also has a ring. Huh. Oh, wait. Does this have some... There we go. There's a hidden symbol on this. 2 little squares. Hypnosis. Oh, okay. Yeah, so hypnosis would make sense in this. Okay. This pendant features a hidden symbol of hypnosis, yes. There we go. Performance Bane. But I guess we'll find out, you know, how that's gonna end up for us. She gonna hypnotize people or we hypnotized her. End of day 12. The rider's partner was less fortunate. They found his frozen body a week later. Okay. I think this might be last day for today in the stream, that is, because like we've made it quite a bit through the game, and you know it's sort of getting late now. It's been 3.5 hours as well, and then we can return again tomorrow, and we may possibly be able to finish tomorrow as well, because going by how much I've done today, if we start the same time tomorrow for a stream, we might be able to be done. And then next weekend I'm gonna pick a new game for them. I am marked by Jupiter. Jupiter, the devourer of souls, or you mean Jupiter, the actual Jupiter? Yes, there we go. Mercury, Saturn, Tin, Jupiter, the kind of 4 symbol. So I think that might be in the catacombs again. Or no, actually, it's not the catacombs, right? It's in the mansion that things are marked by symbols. Yes, there we go. Jupiter's here. The mark of Jupiter on my map leads me to a square room on the ground floor. Other than an intriguing torn note, there doesn't seem to be anything of interest until I notice that the bookshelf is mounted on a runner and I can slide to one side. I push it and it glides easily, revealing a hidden recess in the wall behind it. Oh, I think this is maybe the other half to that note we have, and there is some snakes with onyx. Okay, you go here, snakes, and you come with me, little note. Yes, the castle vaults. Okay, so this note is nothing to do with the boxes. The castle vaults are blocked by a dirunic seal. It can be opened by any object made from silver or gold that produces a dirunic field. Okay, so we know that dirunic field is this 2-circle pattern, and we're just looking for something silver or gold that produces that field. Okay, move over here. So yeah, it can't be... Let me just look around. Silver, is this gold? Yes, gold. What pattern do you have? That's not dirunic. What are you? Bronze. Gold. That's dirunic. And that's gold. So we can go to the vaults. Do we know where the vaults are? Or do we still need to find to the vaults? Okay, this way. The vaults are blocked by a large iron door. It has no handle or keyhole, and it does not give in the slightest when I push against it. I realized that it has been pharmacally sealed, but that's not much help. It's not clear what I need to open it. Well, I know what I need to open it. Will this suffice? Yes. Just let's put it back. The door slides open without a sound, as though I'd been kept well oiled over years. Behind it, I'd find a large natural cavern that extends into the rock beneath the castle. Somewhat disappointingly, the walls are lined with racks of whiskey bottles instead of the rows of artifacts that I was picturing. When I show Edmund, he is delighted and he spends some time examining the dusty shelves. It is not long before he makes a find that I'm surprised I missed. I return to the shop with a spring in my step and a curious item that demands further study. There we go, mostly wine, but also item. Ooh. Okay, so bronze, and it has like symbols for time of year, I think that was. Okay, well, you can sit here for now. And some leather. The bishop square is a simple tool of my great-grandfather's devising, loosely based on a Briar's Disc. Oh, Briar's Disc! That was a map puzzler. By all accounts, he was an impressive man, but it would seem his mind began to fail him at the end. Perhaps he spent too long studying the Zia. He imagined invisible enemies coming to steal away his most prized possession, so he began hiding them about the castle, noting their locations in a code that only he understood. Okay, so this is to do with... Okay, those little shreds can go because we've done it. This is to do with exploring the castle, because yeah, on the castle, and that's what I was thinking. Mars is winter, rising in summer. Like, we have notes like this, right? And yes, this is now available here. So... if this says, like, Mars is winter, rising in summer, so... Mars is this symbol that's here. And then... we also have summer and winter here. So Mars is winter. Like there is not enough room on my table. Mars is winter, so we do this. And then rising in summer. Mars in winter, rising in summer. So is it telling us to go to summer? To the kitchens? The smells and sounds of cooking greet me as I enter the castle kitchens. I feel a little foolish as I try to avoid the cook's glares while following the clues left to me by a mad old man. What was I thinking? I'm not going to find anything here. And yet, on the exact spot where the map leads me, there is something. A floorboard that has been cut and replaced. With a little difficulty, I lift it up and feel around in the cavity below, before my fingers grasp something hard. This guy, crying, secret mop, yes. Look at him, shocked. Okay. Hidden knowledge, use the bishop's square. Yep, I did. I used it. Okay, I assume it's not an artifact people may ask for, it's just for use on the maps, so it can sit over there. Was there anything else on this map other than this? I guess not, but we may get more like map puzzles that use the same knowledge. Okay, time for customers. We've been faffing about long enough. I can't say too much, but it has fallen to me to carry a secret that people would kill for, and that people have killed for. A lot of weight to carry around in my head, and it's getting harder to bear around certain family members. It occurred to me that it would be safer in an ecumenical. Not this book. Yes. Is a receptacle commonly featuring a memento mori that acts as an aid to recollection. A memory cannot reside in both the mind and the ecumenical at the same time, and it cannot be stored indefinitely. When a memory has been left for long periods, it can begin to emit unpleasant vapors. An empty ecumenical, on the other hand, has an ominous presence pulling at the threads on one's mind. A memento mori, reminder of death, yes. So skulls, times, and coffins. So we have this thing that looks like a coffin. Do we have any feelings about it? I have nothing to remark, apparently. So, that's interesting, because I was expecting us to have, you know, perception of it, like, pulling at our mind. But yes, that's a coffin and a skull, so that's quite in line with what they said in terms of, you know, it has memento mori. So, I mean, it still feels like that's what he's asking for, but no. Yes, too hasty, I guess this is a vessel and it has time on it, right? So that's likely the other, I guess. I was thinking immediately like, oh, I had that thing shaped like a coffin, and just immediately went like, oh yeah, let's use it. completely skipping over this thing that obviously, you know, to trick us is it's less obvious. There we go. And yes, it had unpleasant sensation. Shadow anchor. Okay, box can go here now. Who's next? Male, so maybe more puzzles. Is getting dire out there. They found the body of that priest last night. She was torn to shreds by her own congregation and left to rot outside the town hall. Okay, I guess our deception worked. Such horrific violence. It has no place in our town. Yeah, clearly our deception worked and she's dead now. In answer to your question, yes, it is possible to capture a wandering shroud. To the north of town, if you follow the little stream up through the woods, you'll come out on a hilltop that was clearly on some ancient significance. It is not uncommon to see wandering shrouds there. Be patient, be still, and they will come. You're afraid about it. Okay. So yes, we got another map thing. But yeah, the woman, that was the priest, right? Hair. She's dead now. Because she used the item we gave her and she got killed. And also this guy was at it, right? He's the brother of Eli, the actual owner of this shop. Okay. So this is, yes, the north of town, if you follow the little stream up through the woods. Come on a hilltop that was clearly of some ancient significance. Well, this is the stream. So do we want to go through those woods just? Is that it? Hilltop that was okay. Well, I mean, I can't go any further up. So the wood is the best I can do. No, there's nothing here. Okay. I am getting a bit more insane. Okay, I need to think about it some more. No, that's the Bishop Square. North of town, follow the little stream. Up through the woods, come on a hilltop. Because yeah, we don't have a map of the area anymore, right? That was in horticulture. The barrows. What are the barrows? No, that's the catacombs. Hilltop that was of significance. So maybe it is the barrows. But then why wouldn't he just say go to the barrows? I am not sure. After a pleasant walk along the beck, I reach a series of grassy mounds, the barrows. Whoever is buried in them must have been important in their time. If I am to collect all I have came for, I will need to be prepared. Yes, that's a weird description if, like, the barrows are marked on the town map and therefore people know that that's what they're called. And he's like, oh yeah, go to the wood and follow a stream and you will find some things. Like, just give me the name. Yes, I got this jar. Yes, because we already knew that we needed to bring this spirit vault to capture the spirit. I sit and I wait, quietly and patiently, not certain exactly what I'm looking for. For some time, nothing happens, and then, long after my mind has drifted towards a warm fire and hearty supper, I notice a movement in the corner of my eye. A strange, thin mist has formed near one of the barrows. It seems to produce a sort of dark light, a contradiction that my eyes have trouble perceiving clearly. The ethereal creature, for surely this is a creature of some kind, ambles towards the vault I have left out for this purpose, and I daren't breathe as it slowly nestles itself within the receptacle. I mean, is it grave robbing if they willingly come to the receptacle? Okay, so now we can return. Let's just put this away first, so there's less stuff on our map. Now we can return to the catacombs. And yeah, we can go to the Hall of Shields, where we couldn't go through because the air was bad, but now we have the spirit in the vault. I breathe deeply from the spirit vault and it clears my mind. I don't care to linger long down here, but I forge on until I reach the unmistakable Hall of Shields. A stone sarcophagus sits on a raised portion of rock in the center of the cavern. I hold the torch close to better see the inscription on the side of the tomb. It reads, "The sun's light will reveal my gift." Mystified, I cast my eye up on the walls of the cavern and searched the shields for some other clue, but nothing stands out. Okay, well, the sun's light, we know that there is the sun bond, right? Which is supposed to be the sun's light, basically. If we go back to the book, the sun bond, yeah. It's a small lightweight designed to carry discreetly. They carry the warmth and the light of the sun. Yeah, the brightness can pierce the darkest gloom. So yeah, if we use the sun bond, the sun bond banishes the darkness in an instant, half blinding my gloom-adjusted eyes and bringing summer's warmth to the cold cavern. Blinking and squinting, I notice that one of the shields in particular is glowing in the bright light. I reach up and pull the shield down to reveal a small cavity hewn into the rock behind it. Inside, a blood-red urn. Now grave robbing. Ooh. Spooky. Any feelings? I find it unsettling. The eyes seem to pierce my soul. Not smelly. Warm and smooth. And it's made of red clay. Okay. Well, you can come sit on our shelf. And then we have another customer, James Herschel. I got to thinking that after I left earlier, transferring the secret to an ecumenical only adds an extra step. Yes, it's safer than walking around with it in my head, but I would know where to find it. What I really need is a truth conduit so that I can deceive them into thinking I know nothing at all. Okay, he changed his plan. He wants a truth conduit now. I'm just archiving this note about the catacombs because I don't need it anymore. Okay, these items are used by tricksters and swindlers to distort and deceive. They do not warrant the designation of dark article that some want to apply to them, but they can be and have been used maliciously. The gentle sound they produce anchors the mind and the spell is woven, combining symbology with a deeper, more primitive power. Okay, a gentle sound. This thing, this does like a jingling, gentle sound. And then combining symbology, like it has a symbol on it, like this triangle. What's the symbol for? Deception. Yes. So it makes a gentle sound and it has a symbol for deception. There you go. Yes. Yeah. Gentle sound, deception. So that's what the sad boy is all about. That would have not been my guess about, you know, what might be the designation of this, but apparently it's the truth conduit. Oh, there's room. Evelyn Bennett. I have never felt more tired or more devoid of life. As apathy has settled in my bones that I do not seem to be able to shift. But while I still have breath in my lungs, I will not succumb without a fight. By the grace of Grey, I will find a way forward. Grey's grace was an item, right? What was that an item for? Grey's grace. Worn as a pendant to dispel melancholy. They share the sign of a shadow catcher, yes. So actually, if she's saying like it's apathy, melancholy, that could be. So Grace of Grey. Yes, he's very sad he has to be lying. He's like, I'm sorry to deceive you, but I must. Grace. It was the Celtic thing? Yes. Is that where you want to help you? Yes. Yes. So yeah, it's the same way we find about it. Hey kitty, how you doing? Still happy? No one's kidnapping you anymore? Oh, Barton's here. Barton, was it you? Did you curse us all? I've had a tip-off about something exciting. Have you come across the so-called nameless gods? I think so. Someone was asking about them. Did you also know that the tall stones that you sometimes find in high places were once doorways of a kind? Okay. And here's the exciting part. An inscription has appeared on the stone that sits on atop Weatherlawn. This is where you come in. I'm confident that a pit will open the doorway. The other option is Babelina to read the inscription. But they say that if you read the language of the nameless gods, you become cursed, which I can't say I like the sound of. Okay. So we have choices, right? We either help him just open the door. I'm leaning towards the more direct approach, but then again, that could be dangerous too. Okay, so he's like, let's just open the door and see what happens. But it's important to know that the description for this guy say that, you know, he thinks he's smart and heroic, but people will say he's irresponsible, impulsive, and foolhardy, right? So we should definitely not listen to what he says in terms of what the plan should be. So giving him the pit is probably a good way to, you know, curse us all even further. Like, demons will come out of everyone's noses if we let him open that door without reading. So therefore, the Babelina is probably the better choice. So we actually read what it says first. You know, just my opinion. And, you know, if he gets cursed, he gets cursed. Because he's already got cursed and lost an eye and clearly, you know, serves him, right? Yes, exactly. We are safe in our shop with our cat. And if some of you have to be cursed, that's the sacrifice I'm willing to make. The meaning of the unusual marking on a Babelina is not clear. They resemble a mantic field pattern, but the items themselves will produce a mantic field. They can be used to aid with translation of foreign text, although they require some skill to make full use of. This ability does not transfer to spoken language. Okay, so they have a pattern that resembles the field, but they do not produce the field. Okay, I mean, the jar can go. It's big, it doesn't fit anywhere well. So what do we have that kind of looks like the field? I mean, maybe this. This, I'm not sure. It's also, like, again, they just use all of those words of like mantic field, thaumic fields, so many fields, so many different it was used in, oh, the mantic is one of the types, of course. Now I remember. So it's actually this sort of triangle with the two circles sort of shape. So the mantic field, I guess we have to set it on this to see what it is like. So we want this space, the small circle goes at the bottom, this circle goes at the top. Okay, so it's this sort of 4 circles crossing pattern, which would be again this item, right? This thing I pick up first has this pattern but sideways, but when we put it here, but it has the runic field, right? So yes, it looks like the mantic field, but it doesn't produce a mantic field, it produces the runic field. So I think this is the Babylina. Yes. Yeah, design on the item resembles a mantic field. There we go. Thank you. I hope this works. Here's a token of my appreciation, something for you to ponder over. Okay. Looks like a giant gold inglet. Yellow sandstone, okay. Not a giant gold inglet. It's crumbly. Okay, but it has 2 symbols on it. Okay, you can go over here. Let's have a quick look at the symbols. Fire and wax. Well, a candle, right? Fire and wax is a candle. No? Oh. I thought that would have worked. Done something. No? Well, that's disappointing. Because it literally says fire and wax, and fire on top of wax is a candle. Hey, Kitty, can you break this? No. Can knock it over, but it doesn't break. If we put all of the candles here. Nope. Yeah, well, I guess that's gonna be a mystery for tomorrow, because as I said, we will get to the end of day, and that will be enough for today. But of course, we must pet the kitty before we go. So, yeah. Thank you all once again for joining me. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for watching, even if you're just watching, not saying anything. And yeah, welcome to all the new members that have been added today. Thanks to all the... I disappeared. There we go. Thank you to all my existing members. And yeah, if you enjoy the stream, like it, as that helps the channel, because, you know, YouTube's happy if people watch things and then like them and do things like that. And yeah, subscribe if you want to know when I'm streaming in the future. Of course, tomorrow we will probably finish this game, but then, you know, many more weekends to come where we will play other puzzle games, mystery games, and any things like that. So yeah, thanks for being here, thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye!